everyone, and welcome to BB's Place. As we start today's shows with the Crafting Muse and BB's Place once again. Before we go round and say hello to all these wonderful faces around our screens, please take a moment to check out the wall of spam that my bot is currently throwing at you. It includes all of our social links, all of the ways you can support us, all of the sponsor information, and all of the discount codes we have for the various companies out there. So please do check them out. Let's go round and say hello to everyone. And who better to start with than the DM herself, V. Oh, hi!
Oh, hi. How is everyone today? So I am V. I am the Crafting Muse. I have a YouTube channel where I show you how to paint minis and make tabletop terrain and all that lovely stuff for your tabletop games. And I am the DM again today, and we are back at BB's Place. And I'm very excited to have some new players with us, as well as Shimmer is back. So if those of you who watched the first one of BB's know who Shimmer is, and this is going to be a very exciting day today. I'm looking forward to it. So yes, let's see. I don't have the screen up for Twitch, so who's next around clockwise here?
Clockwise, we have Nairi, or Malakatra.
Hi, I'm Nairi, or at Malakatra on Twitter. And I'm going to be playing Tyus Ogren, a copper dragonborn fighter who is a noble who really just wants honor and glory. That's all he really cares about. Yeah.
Next we have Temple, Blind Temple. Oh, hi.
Hi there. I'm Blind Temple, at Blind Temple on Twitter. I'm playing Blessed, a goblin paladin, redemption paladin, who's not exactly sure who his god is, but she talks to him and tells him what to do.
There are absolutely no spider sense like danger warning signs going off in my head right now. Lastly around, we have the wonderful Matt Bat Avery from our Dragon Age campaigns. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. Hello, my name is Avery. I go by Mapbat online. Today I'm going to be playing Poise River Ala, who is a tiefling light cleric of the goddess of beauty, Sunni.
Fantastic. And today I'll be playing Shimmer again. Shimmer is the tiefling bard who has a hankering for free dragon ante and highball drinks.
Very cool. All right. So if everyone's ready, we can get this started. Sound good? Awesome.
Ready.
All right. Wonderful. Here we go. So Shimmer, you and Eduardo are sitting right now in a tavern. And it's not the type of tavern you have gotten used to as of late. It's actually maybe a little bit more old-fashioned, maybe even a little bit more foreign, so to speak. And the two of you are sitting at this table and you are looking around this tavern, keeping your eye out for certain individuals. You've been sent here by BB for a very good reason. She wants to make sure that the best of the best are starting to come in because you know all too well what's been going on back at BB's Place. So as you're looking around, you'll see the usual patrons here and there. But then walking through the door, you're going to see three individuals, maybe a little bit staggered, not all at the same time, but you can tell from previous experience as well as your own, these are ones that BB has handpicked. In walks this goblin holding a piece of paper, looking down at the piece of paper, looking up, looking around a little confused, but also investigating the place a little bit. He goes over to the bar, sits down, and then soon after, you have a copper dragonborn walk in, rather imposing looking almost, very important looking, carelessly holding the paper, glancing around, probably sighing a little bit, feeling like not everything's going quite as anticipated or as hoped, and will take a seat at an empty table and sort of stretch out and make their presence known in such a fashion. And finally, maybe a couple minutes after that, you'll see a tiefling walk in, who also holding a piece of paper, looking around. And she's going to start glancing around, looking as well for someone or something. At this point, Eduardo is going to lead into you, Shimmer, and go, my dear, should we put them out of their misery, you think, or enjoy the show a little bit?
eyeing the tiefling who walked in, who I would like a description of very shortly. Shimmer will be like, I think we could just watch a little bit. It look mighty interesting.
You are reading my mind, sweet thing. And you'll see this very dashing man, sharply dressed, lean back and just sort of smile as he's talking over to his rather attractive tiefling companion. As the three of you, what is it you are going to be doing as you're holding these papers, sitting at your individual places and looking around? Tell us what we're going to see in your character and maybe how they hold themselves and loveliness like that. Let's start with our goblin who first came in.
Well, you notice that Blessed is holding the piece of paper he has upside down. The writing is where he can't see it because, well, he's illiterate. But there's a simple map drawn on it that allowed him to get here. He's in ill-fitting chainmail armor that's worn and much patched. He's looking around suspiciously because there's a lot of big, angry people that used to hunt and kill his tribe all around. And even though the lady says they're okay now and he's supposed to be friends with them, he's a little nervous. And he's eyeing the liquor that's going across the bar. But he has no money, so he's sitting here watching, waiting.
Perfect. I absolutely love it. All right, so let's go over to our very important Dragonborn.
Tyus is sort of holding the paper very, very elegantly and just sort of sitting propped up and, poised. And is just very, very regal looking. He's in chainmail, but it's very polished and very well taken care of. As are the braces on his horns. He has 4 that sort of protrude from his head, except one of them seems snapped off, so only 3 of them have kind of like golden braces on them. And he's just this really sort of proud-looking dragonborn with a sword and a shield on his back. And he's just waiting, if not every now and then, just sighing at the silence of it all. There's just nothing happening. He's just sitting there waiting.
I love it. That's awesome. And let's wrap it up with our tiefling, where I'm going to leave it up to her. Does she want to try and sit down with someone else, or is she going to scope the place out? And what do we notice about her?
She is scoping the place out. She is quite a short tiefling. You can hear her hooves across the floorboards as she walks with a confidence that mortal men can only dream of. She has a huge amount of red hair that falls behind her. She has horns that come up, shaped up kind of like cow horns, and the tops of them, they're dark, but the tops of them are dipped in gold. As she smiles, you can see that her fangs have gold grills on them as well. And she's quite dark-skinned, I'd say she's a pudgy kind of woman, but she's got outfits that's quite revealing still as well, and she's just absolutely owning this place. And she strides does the note have a name or anything on it? Or
the note says, it's a good question. The note says, I have heard of your adventures as well as your talents. I am going to be needing your services if you're so inclined. Please be sure to meet me at the Cranky Keg. And she's given a specific time where my 2 associates will be waiting for you. And that's all the note says, and it's signed at the bottom, Bianca Beltane.
Okay. She's gonna stride up to the bar, and she pulls out a couple gold from her cleavage and puts it on the bar and slides it over to whoever the bartender is. It's like, now, sugar, could I please trouble you for a drink, perhaps?
Certainly, Mrs. What's your choice, my dear? Whatever you'd like, I'm more than happy to get for you.
Surprise me. And she gives him a wink.
Right away. And you're going to see Harold. He's going to scurry off, and he's looking over his shoulder, and he's definitely taken you in, and he's got a little blush on his cheeks. And he's this pudgy little old man, so you can tell this is probably like the most exciting part of his day. And he's pulling out his best wine, and he's dusting off the bottle, and he's popping the cork, and his hands are shaking a little bit as he pours this lovely rich red wine into it, and he brings it back over. Here you go, miss. This is my best. It's my absolute best. I promise. It's fresh open, just for you. Can I do anything else for you?
Well, aren't you just the sweetest thing?
Oh, thanks.
You seem like someone in the know. Would you know anyone by this name? And I show him the letter.
Hey, Bianca Beltane, can't say as I have, Mrs. No, I've actually never heard that one before.
Oh, that's okay. Well, if you do, you know to let me know, okay?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Anything else, you just let me know. I'll make sure you're well taken care of today, miss.
And she gives him a wink and like swells the line.
He's bright red now. He's like flushed and just like flustered as a result. So he's like, polishing off the bar and kind of, he does that quick little look up, look down, look up, look down. He's got the puppy dog crush going on you right now.
And so he should. Yeah, she's got like her legs crossed. She's sitting on the bar stool, got her legs crossed. You can see like a tail that has jewels on it, like swinging behind her. And she's just mulling over this wine. She's gonna watch to see if she can see anybody that's like that who might be who she's looking for, or who wrote this letter, or anyone who else is also holding a letter.
Okay. I love it. So, Shimmer, Eduardo is watching this interaction, and you see him getting a sly grin on his face, and he does that low chuckle that he has. Well, if we leave them here long enough, we may not be able to convince them to come. What do you say? Should we,
Don't worry, I have my ways and means. She'll stand... Shimmer stands 6'1" with naturally healed hooves. Her skin is a deep pink with rose blonde hair that hangs just a little way below her fez. And she's dressing a little more smart these days. She did used to wear the whole like dress with the garter affair, but now that she's under different employ, she's smartened up a little bit. She's now a woman in a suit, and she likes this. And she will stand at the table and be like, things are awfully getting dull in here. How about we all play a little bit of magic? Would anyone like to see a magic trick? I need a couple of volunteers.
Blessed looks around and hopes it's not him.
Yes, sir, you, sir. That would be perfect. I would love to have you up here right now. She sees you trying to avoid gaze and homes in on you. And maybe you there, my goblin friend, and as though last and not important, and of course, my fellow tiefling. Why don't you all come up to my table?
So Shimmer has basically made herself known, and she signaled to all three of you. And again, the note does say, my two associates will be waiting for you. And you're going to notice next to Shimmer is a gentleman sitting there, smiling up at her with just this smile of adoration and amusement. What would you like to do?
I slowly walk on over there, looking around to make sure I'm not going to be attacked. And look up at Shimmer and, you were talking to me?
Yes, indeed. A very simple little magic trick. You'll love this.
You won't turn me into anything unnatural, will you?
I promise I will not transform you into anything unnatural.
Okay. I'll play.
I think I'm falling in love with Blessed. I love it. All right, so Poise and Teus, it's up to you. You've seen this little goblin walk over bravely, and he's now speaking with these two individuals. And you have been called out, and you have been singled out of the rest of the crowd. And the rest of the crowd, they're sitting there kind of like looking over their shoulders. And this isn't a normal happening at the Cranky Keg. And Harold's kind of looking a little confused as well. But no one seems alarmed. But it's one of those things where they're almost like now looking specifically at their drinks or their meals. Like, okay, they've picked the volunteers. I don't want to make myself further known. So it's pretty much all eyes are definitely on the two of you now.
Well, if this isn't the opportunity for adventure. Tyus is gonna stand up and walk over. Oh, so regally.
With panache.
Mm-hmm.
Sugar, just give me one moment. And she just sits there with like finger up, and she just finishes her wine, and then she puts it down, puts the tip on the table, and then she'll stride on over.
Now, I have rolled up my sleeves so you can see I have not got anything up my sleeves, and my sleeves will stay rolled up for this whole time. We do this magic trick with just 3 cards. I'll show you the cards. You can see this one has a blank face, this one has a blank face, and this one has a dragon. The name of this game is to just find the dragon. Now, I'm going to put the dragon in the middle. There's only one rule to this game. The dragon is always in the middle. And she lays the 3 cards down, placing the dragon face down in the center. And she just swaps the cards around a little bit and says, "Okay, now so she'll distinctly swap the 2 outside cards 3 times, and then move the middle card to the left and the left card to the middle. Okay, now all 3 of you, where is the dragon?"
Blessed looks confused and points at the middle.
Tyus points to the left.
I wanna, if possible, may I do an insight check of some descript as I watch Shimmer? As he does this?
Go right ahead.
Alrighty. I think I'm good at this. I hope I'm good at this. I can't remember what I'm good at.
I think I'm okay. I love it.
Oh, I'm
Oh, you're
okay.
beautiful.
I've got
Yeah.
23.
Poise. The card
So,
is... Go on.
Shimmer, I want you to give me a deception.
Okay. I was just gonna start revealing
It's
secrets.
okay.
Yeah, let's see how this. I want to see how the dice are going to play out on this one.
Oof. So, wow.
All right. So the 2 of you, and appropriately so, are eyeing each other up, and we're kind of at a little bit of a stalemate. So right now, I'm going to leave this up to Shimmer as to how this plays out.
I have a feeling that Poise will understand that the game isn't being played on the table, and that the card can be wherever the hell I want it to be. However, she will say, "Now, no, I'm sorry, my Dragonborn friend," as she turns over the left card and it's blank, "but your friend here, the goblin, is right. The dragon is always in the middle." And turns over the middle card, and there's the dragon.
Just like she said it would be. I knew it.
Well, that is quite impressive.
Turns all cards face down, and then it takes one of the blank cards and puts the blank card in the middle, and starts shuffling the other 2 around. Okay, so now you can see the blank card in the middle. Where's the dragon now?
I think Poise hasn't responded at all, but you can see her that she's. I think there's something in her expression, like the smirk and the raised brow, that she's figured it out, and she's not saying anything. She's looking at the other 2.
Tyus points over to the middle card.
This is hard. Just a minute. Let me think. He looks like he's in pain.
Eduardo's going to pipe up. He's going to say, "Just remember, my little friend, this is all in fun. There's really not necessarily the right or the wrong answer with consequences. So just go with your gut on this one."
Oh, okay. It's in the middle again.
Two right. She turns over the left card and the right card. They are both blank, so there's now 3 blank cards in the middle. 3 blank cards. Turns over the blank card, and the other side is no longer the back of a card, it's now the dragon. But could you all just place your fingers on the dragon for just one moment? There's a little bit of extra magic in this card right now. I can feel it.
Poise puts a very well manicured hand.
Blessed.
You notice she has a lot of rings. Some of them may be wedding rings.
I love that.
Blessed puts his dirty little claw up there hesitantly.
Tyus puts his polished copper claw on there.
And then you'll see Eduardo will also put his finger onto the card and give you all a very broad, wide smile. And he looks to Shimmer. as Shimmer places her finger on the card as the last one. And Eduardo says, I do hope you enjoy the ride. And as he says this, you're going to see the card is starting to glow. And it starts to shift to this blue, to green, to blue, to green, soft light that gets brighter and brighter and brighter until it's pretty much blinding. And then you're suddenly in darkness and it's quiet. And the only thing you can sense right now is your own body. There's no ceiling, there's no floor, there's no table. You can't even feel the card and the fingertips of everyone else around you. And then suddenly, you feel ground beneath you, but it's still a little quiet. And as you blink your eyes, things slowly start coming back into focus, but you are not where you were before. This is not the cranky kettle or keg in any way, shape, or form. And you're going to be in this room with dark wood paneling. And this gentleman standing there, who you did not see before. And he has his arms crossed and a rather stern look on his face. And as you blink your eyes further and look around, you will see the other individuals who were just there at the cranky keg with you. But now you're standing in probably what's, from what you can tell, a foyer. And this gentleman with his underbite and his rather pointed bottom canines, he's going to look at Shimmer. So you found him, eh?
I think, they had a lot of awkward flirting in their first encounter, and I think this developed into somewhat of a relationship as, she knows that it's awkward, knows that he's taken and everything, and they have a complete understanding. She's going to, run a hand across his chin and be like, you know me, I just can't help myself.
Yeah, no, you really can't, can you, gorgeous?
Well, howdy do. I see you have met my associates. Did the two of you remember to introduce yourselves as I had requested you to do?
I'm just not very good at taking instructions.
Hey, all right. Well, we'll go back to White Gloves and Potty Man at Charm School after this, okay? I am Sebastian. It is very nice to meet you. I am the bouncer here at BB's place. And this lovely lady, as he signals over to Shimmer, this here is Shimmer. She's one of our best of the best, you might say. And the gentleman standing beside her, and Eduardo kind of tips a hat he's not even wearing. This is our bard, Eduardo. He's a very talented piano player. Don't worry, buddy. We made sure things are taken care of. That's no one's touching your piano. We just got something going on. All right. And you see Eduardo kind of get a little, slightly miffed over hearing that there's other music being played. So my apologies for the lack of introduction on their part. May I ask who you might be, if you don't mind?
I'm Blessed.
Blessed, nice to meet you. And you, my dear lady.
And he's trying to bow. You can tell this is probably not how he's normally used to acting. And he's bowing to Poise.
Honey, my name's Poise, and don't you forget it.
Well, there's two of them now. Oh, that won't be a problem. That won't be a problem. And you fine, sir, lord, gentlemen.
I'm just a man. My name's Tyus.
Hello, Tyus. It's very nice to meet you. I'm assuming you have all received the paperwork from the missus, correct? If you don't mind, just show it, oh. He'll see Blessed.
Right.
Okay. Lovely. Perfect. Perfection.
Poise pulls it out of her cleavage.
Of course she does. Of course she does.
And I like that he just has a bag holding stuff in there, so he'll pull a mace out soon.
I think poor Sebastian at this point is going to be completely flustered because now he has two attractive tieflings flirting with him, and he's like, thank you, madam. And yes, okay, all right, yes, you're yes, okay, so we're good. Yeah, the inside, we go inside now, and he's going to open up this door, and as he opens up this door, this warm light starts pouring into this dark wooded foyer paneled foyer, and you hear laughter and you hear this music playing in the background, and you'll start to see Shimmer and Eduardo just comfortably walking inside. And would you like to follow them in?
I do,
Where's
but
from-
as I walk past Sebastian, I just kind of prod his chest. It's like, no need to be so nervous, handsome. Just as I walk in.
Yeah, the missus might have something to say about that, but yeah, thank you. Thank you, yes.
Blessed
Yeah.
will look up at the rest of them, and they're all taller than he is, and shrug
Boy's
and walk
probably
in.
not by much. He's quite a short tiefling.
Yeah, Tyus. Wait, how tall is Sebastian?
Sebastian has to duck to get in through the door. He's pretty tall.
Oh, because Tyus is at 6'8".
So you're
And-
pretty much face to face with each other.
Okay. Okay, cool. Because yeah, as he walks in, he just sort of turns to Sebastian and goes, "Thank you very much for the introduction," and
Oh.
just walks in.
Absolutely, sir. And he'll do another bow again. And like I said, this isn't his normal way of acting, but you can tell he's really trying. And as you're walking in, Tyus, I'd like you to give me a perception check.
Okay, cool. Cool. Not very
All right.
good.
As you start to walk in the door, you see on a stool, which is probably where Sebastian likes to sit, instead of his usual dictionary, there is a book sitting there saying how to be a proper modern gentleman.
Tyus just chuckles to himself and gives Sebastian, probably turns around, and as he's walking backwards, he just sort of gives the most elegant bow with his hand sort of twirling forward, and then turns around and walks further in.
And you're not going to see Sebastian trying to do the same thing, but poor thing's probably going to bang his head against the wall doing it. He's not.
Boy.
So you're going to walk into what is basically sort of a main reception area. And again, this dark wood paneling is continuing, but there's these gorgeous red accent colors, as well as dark greens. And the room smells amazing. You can tell that really good food is cooked here. And you can see that there are people off to your right-hand side enjoying themselves on a dance floor. You can also see Eduardo has pretty much quick-footed it across to the dance floor area over to where there is a red piano and this strange box sitting on top of it where there's music coming out of that box as opposed to the piano. He's looking a little miffed. He turns it off and the music pauses for just a quick second. He quickly sits down and his fingers start going across the keyboard. And now Eduardo is playing live music with a big grin across his face, and he's far more content. And as you turn and look center, there is this gorgeous lounge area with sofas and chairs and tables and a fireplace tucked to the back with a small fire going. And you'll also notice that Shimmer is now talking with this petite little blonde who, as you were walking in, was surreptitiously kind of tucking something underneath the desk of the reception area with almost a guilty look on her face and nervously giggling. So Shimmer, what would you like to say to Evie?
I think me and Edie have got a little understanding. We keep Sebastian on edge. You know, she understands what I do. That's, you know, I help her out at home. Edie, my dear, how you doing it?
I'm doing just fine. These are the new ones, right?
Yes, these are, but what do you got back there? I see you.
It's nothing. It's nothing. I just we're all trying to do this self betterment stuff, and I'm just taking on a brand new hobby. That's all. That's definitely all. Yeah. Why are you looking at me like that?
A brand new hobby? What are you taking on?
Nothing. Just
Why are you
keeping my
embarrassed?
hands-
You're embarrassed, aren't you?
well, maybe just a little bit. Look, I have to keep my hands busy somehow, so I thought I'd start, learning how to crochet, and
She's gonna almost like guiltily pull out this little ball of yarn and a hook attached to something you're not quite sure what it's supposed to be. But it's small, and you can tell she's probably put a whole lot of hard work into it, even though it's kind of skewed a little bit. And like I said, it's something, but what the something's going to be, not quite sure.
so
Just delightful. Just utterly delightful. It's a wonderful beginning.
you think so?
Oh, you can just see it forming in front of your eyes.
Oh, thank you. I hope it's gonna. Yeah, it's got to be special. I really hope it comes out okay. I'm just gonna let me just put this away here, and then well, hello and welcome. I'm Evie. I'm the receptionist here at BB's Place, and I was told to expect you, and I'm very excited you're here. We are rather busy this evening, and Shimmer, did you tell them that they're going to have room and board and all that on us, not at their expense? I hope.
Edie, you know I'm terrible at talking to people.
Right. Just to let you know that we do have a couple of rooms reserved for you tonight, so not to worry that you are here for free. Your drinks will be covered, your meals will be covered, and your stay here with us will be covered. And Miss Bianca is going to join you really quite soon. And I'm really sorry, I don't normally rush through like this, but we have another party coming in quite soon, and she told me to make sure they get the extra VIP treatment. So if y'all want, Mickey is waiting and ready for you over at the bar, and Bianca said to meet her at the bar tonight, Shimmer, instead of at the usual table, because we need that table for the party that's coming in.
Oh my, that is strange.
Well, she's feeling more comfortable now, I guess.
Anyone who can read people can see that Shimmer wants to ask more questions, but is withholding because they're in front of new people. Well, come on then, y'all, follow me.
Okay.
You get a few brow raises from Poise, Shimmer does, at least, but they never, like, they always have that smirk with it as well. It's kind of like, oh, a kindred spirit.
All right, so as Shimmer leads you over, there's this gorgeous bar, and there is this tall elf woman standing there, kind of getting drinks poured, talking to the patrons who are already sitting at the bar. And you can see there are 4 select seats that have been marked with a reserve tag. And she looks up, she nods her head to Shimmer, and she just kind of carries on as you all 4 go to sit down at the bar. What would you like to do now that you've taken a seat here?
Blessed had to struggle to climb up to his seat. And he gets situated there and looks around and says, I need a drink. I need a big drink. One of those.
We got a variety here if you want. Tell me, what do you normally like to drink here, hon?
Alcohol?
The discriminating type. We've got plenty of drinks. I can give you a list of mixed drinks if you'd like. We also have some really good ales. The wines are quite fine, I must say personally. But really, your wish is my command, quite frankly. So let me say here: do you like things sweeter? Do you like things bubbly? Do you like things smooth and dry? Or you just want to drink?
Just want to drink.
You're going to see her smile, and she's got her hair shortly cropped into this very polished, clean, blonde bob. And she goes, all right, I think I have something in mind for you. And you, my dear lady, what sounds good to you?
Kind of sits there and mulls it over for a bit. But, I think that I'd like to see what you can do. Why don't you show me something fancy? I'd like to see what you're capable of.
She's gonna eye you up a little bit and get a smirk on her face. Okay. All right, Dollface. I think I have your number. Yeah, I can work with this. This I can work with. And finally, you, sir.
Darling, I'd like to have your sweetest wine.
And she's gonna get a huge grin on her face hearing this. Oh, I can very much guarantee you are going to appreciate this lovely vintage. It's just something I have opened up fresh this evening. So just you wait, and I will make sure I have those drinks for you. And she's going to turn around and quickly and nimbly, she's going to mix up these drinks. And first she is going to serve Poise. And Poise, she presents in front of you this lovely little pink drink in a martini glass with a maraschino garnish. And she's going to slide it over on the bar towards you with a nice little cocktail napkin. You strike me as a Mary Pickford type. I hope you like the taste of something a little bit more fruity with a little kick of rum to it, because you seem like that kind of lady. And then for Blessed, she's going to lean over and she's going to put down in front of you this nice ale. This we just opened the keg, and it is our Boisterous Boulet, and I hope you enjoy it. It's a nice strong ale. Should get you through the evening. Should you want something that kind of goes with everything, enjoy. Although I have a feeling... Yeah, that's kind of had a feeling you would. And finally, for you, sir, and she's got this flourish going. This is
my dragon's tears, and this is my Riesling that I just finished getting pulled together. It has been aging for 2 years, and it has got this beautiful dry quality to it, but with the sweetness of pears and apricots. And she's going to present it to you, Tyus, and look at you expectantly as you give it a sip.
This night cannot get any better. And Tyus is going to take an appreciative sip of this wine. But not before taking a quick sniff of it, though. Because he's posh like that.
You've just won over Mickey. Mickey's like, she's standing there and she's like, just, if there's anything else you would like to try, I have no problem pulling together a sampling for you, sir, because I can tell you have a discriminating taste.
Oh, I would like more samples. And he's going to look her in the eyes. Just all charming like.
Stick with me, kid. I got you covered. No problem. Yes. And I'd like you all to quickly do a perception check as Mickey gets this surprised look on her face, looking over your shoulders.
Also, thank you very much, Kelly, for the 100 bits for V's accent alone.
Oh, no.
Good ale.
That's beautiful.
Good ale.
Oh, okay, this is great. Blessed, you, bless your heart, Blessed. You are very much taken with your boisterous boulet, and I think you're probably eyeballs deep at this point into the mug.
Right.
So you're enjoying your very good and free, mind you, ale. Let's see. Shimmer, you're sitting there, and most likely you already have your favorite drink of choice right in front of you because Mickey knows you all too well. And so you're just enjoying a job well done because you've got these three here, though you do hear a familiar clicking of heels behind you. So quite frankly, you don't even need to turn around. And then we have Poise and Tyus. So let's see here. Tyus, you're going to turn around because you feel that there's someone behind you. And when you do, you see this very striking, tall, elegant woman with long dark hair, but it's been pinned up a little bit in the back with some tendrils hanging down in the front. And she has on this gorgeous navy blue full-length gown that just sparkles and shines as she moves. And it's very elegant, but very simple. And she's got a very welcoming grin on her face as she looks at you. And for Poise, you're quite taken with this new drink. It tastes great. It is something where you want the recipe because you haven't had something like this before. And quite frankly, you like the color.
It is very nice.
So, Tyus, do you kind of drop the hint that someone is standing behind them, or do you kind of take the moment in a little bit?
Tyus turns, as he turns around and sees this, he just sort of holds the glass up to his lips and then puts it down a little bit and says, I think I've just found the main attraction. And then takes a sip, puts the glass down, and stands up.
And you must be Tyus based on that statement alone. I've heard nothing but good things about you, sir. And I can see that we also have with us Poise and Blessed. Now, the two of you have just heard your name.
Huh? I turn around. Look
I
up
do that
at
whole like fossil swing, like legs around, like yes.
I love it. I want to welcome you here to my place. I am Bianca Beltane, and Shimmer, nicely done, my dear. Thank you ever so much for taking this on this evening. I was a little preoccupied this evening. But anyways, I have brought you here to my establishment because your reputation precedes you and precedes you well. And I need to make sure that when I have to bop out for a little bit, that those who are left behind can help me out with making sure that the place is well taken care of. And I have a feeling that based off of what I've heard, that you three should do the trick quite nicely. For you see that this is a rather unique place. It's also not a place that you're probably used to. And while you are enjoying your beverages, I'll have you know that for some reason, the local authorities feel like alcohol is persona non grata around here. So it's one of those things where we like to serve it on the down low and keep it quiet. But it's also become a nice little haven for those of the more magically inclined. Because, let's face it, We don't all like being in the same place all the time. We like to travel. And those who are traveling know that this is a place they can come and, well, hopefully be safe. However, lately we've had the interferences of a certain individual who has decided that not only does he want my place, he wants my patrons. And quite frankly, that doesn't sit well with me. And Shimmer, you of course know all too well that we have Bert in custody, and we are questioning him right now. But Bubba doesn't exactly like the fact that we have his second in command under the spotlight. So I have been getting some rather interesting facts from our dear Bert finally, and I need to go and speak with one of my acquaintances to see if we can get a little upper hand on Bubba. So this evening I'm leaving the place to you and Shimmer to take care of. That is, if you don't mind. I will make sure you are handsomely rewarded should the place still be standing and intact and protected with 200 gold pieces the next morning, if that is to your liking. And she'll look at each of you expectantly to see what your responses will be to hearing this.
Can I have more to drink?
Darling, you can drink until you're a fish floating in water.
Okay, you're pretty.
I know.
I do love a woman with confidence.
What was that?
I do love a woman with confidence.
Oh, as do I, my dear, and you are right up that alley, I can tell. What do you think? Would you like to stick around?
No, I don't see why not. Seems like it could be a bit of fun.
Oh, fun will definitely be had, I can promise you that one. And finally, you, dear gentleman.
Honey, if I could impress you with a job well done, that's a good night for me.
I'm liking you more and more, Mr. Teus. Wonderful. Well, I'm going to leave you in Shimmer's capable hands. Shimmer, you can catch them up on the rest, but I do need to be going. I will say, however, keep your eye out and look for... Well, if Bert is saying the truth this time, finally, keep your eye out for anything that doesn't seem quite right with the usuals. All right? I have reason to believe that they may have slipped something else in before we actually got a hold of him beforehand, if you know what I mean.
So unfortunately, we will be looking for demons, fiends, and the like. So if you have any sort of, abilities that can help you identify those would be most helpful.
She isn't wrong. All right, my dears, I will be gone for a little bit. I will return, not to worry, but for now, I'll leave my place in your capable hands. And she's going to step back. She will wink at Teus, and she is going to basically fade away into a puff of shimmering silver and gray and black smoke. And the place is now yours to explore.
And thank you very much to the anonymous donator who gifted Kelly the Opera Geek a tier 1 sub. Thank you. Kelly, you have a reroll to gift a player or DM of your choice.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that was a neat little trick. Alright. And she's gonna look around at this place, and the crowd's like it's busy and the crowd's lively, I guess.
Yeah, if you want, you can go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Investigation? Oh, I'm not so good at that. Please, not the smartest.
That might have been a strong drink.
Well, never mind.
Oh, hey now. Well,
hey.
hey, tonight's your lucky night. So as you're looking around, Poise, and I'm sure you're living up to your name right now, holding this glorious pink drink in hand, legs crossed and looking fabulous, you're going to see that this place is hopping tonight. The dance floor is full. You can see there are a lot of couples moving around and grooving. You can see in the distance, there's Eduardo sitting at his glorious red mini grand piano with the gold etchings along the sides. He is playing, he is smiling, he is getting people to laugh as he's talking. And then you're gonna look in the lounge area, and pretty much every single couch and chair is occupied by different groups of people together, just chatting with each other. It's a mix of different people, different types of classes and races and everything like that. And you can tell, oh, over there, that's probably another rogue type. Over there is probably another paladin type. But right now you can tell everyone's there just for fun. And in the bar area itself, pretty much every table is filled except for this larger one off into the back corner. And you'll see these waiters zipping back and forth, carrying these amazing smelling food back and forth to the tables and making sure everyone's getting their drink orders. Mickey has also stepped to the side, and she's continued getting drinks mixed up and ready to go. And basically it looks like a really hopping joint at this point, and everyone's kind of happy and content.
Oh yeah. no standouts of like, say for maybe like a roguey type or two that's just a roguey type. No standouts for like anyone that's like kind of trying to not bring attention to themselves, I guess.
No, it's really just people are kind of just standing there and enjoying themselves. You do notice that one of the waiters, though, has left the kitchen kind of with this furrow-browed for a quick second, but then he does that thing like the quick, okay, regroup, I'm out, the show is on, and he gets the professional face back on. But outside of that tiny little quirk, there's no one there who's sort of like setting off your alarm bells of like, this is the suspicious person. Nothing like that.
She'll look to Shimmer and be like, so what's this about? About fiends? And the like?
Well, you know how fiends can be terrible fiendish, and they've been acting up somewhat and trying to turn this place into a hellhole, quite literally.
Well,
I can see fiends.
Sugar, you alright over there? She looks over to Bless, like, you alright over there? You don't need like a glass of water or something?
No, I can see fiends if we need to see fiends. Do we need to see fiends?
I think we need to see fiends.
Looks at Poise. I love to see fiends.
Just a minute.
It depends on the kind of thing.
Okay, Blessed. Yeah, if you want to, what is it you'd like to do to check out and see if there are fiends present?
Divine sense. Let me see fiends, celestials, and undead.
All right, give it a go and see what happens.
That aren't not totally blocked.
Okay. So let's see what you get and see what you see.
13.
There's nothing really devilish, demonic, or anything of that type. Correct me if I'm wrong, but tieflings are fiends based, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so your present company included. They're honestly the only two who are standing out right now.
Well, the only fiends I see are you two, and you haven't attacked me yet, so I'm saying you're good fiends.
You could say it's our devilish charm.
Ha ha! You're pretty.
Well, thank you.
As Blessed is doing his little quick checking of the place, casing the joint, you're going to hear a sudden clattering sound coming from the kitchen area. And another waiter is coming out. And while the first one came out with a furrowed brow, this one's looking downright slightly panicked as he makes a beeline over to the bar where you sit, because Mickey has once again stood near the bar near you. And you hear her go, oh, for crying out loud. And this waiter comes rushing over, and he's got this slick back blonde hair. He's got a very nice handlebar mustache going. He's wearing all black except for his tie, which is a crimson red color. And his pants also have a crimson red pant stripe going down. Mickey, she's back, and she's causing problems again for Cal, and this isn't good, Mickey, she's waving things around, and she's like threatening to like take him right now, and you see Mickey just kind of go, we've got this, Georgie, Georgie, just go and take care of the others, please. And look, I know you folks just got here and you're enjoying your drinks. But Shimmer, if the four of you don't mind, could you go and see what's going on in the kitchen? Because I have a feeling that Cal needs a little extra hand, and you hear more crashing and clattering happening, and it's actually getting louder. And the sooner the better, if you don't mind.
Okay, let's get him.
Shimmer
Miss, you can count on us.
puts down her drink, stubs out her cigarette. All right, let's go.
Moving forward.
Probably just kind of rubs her hands a little bit. It's like, well, this will be fun.
All right.
Alrighty. Yeah, she'll follow behind Shimmer.
All right, great. So you're all starting to walk over to the kitchen, and the kitchen has the double set of doors that swings. One is the indoor, one is the outdoor, and you can tell that the waiters know that they are trained to do this. And so the indoor is staying put, but the outdoor keeps swinging open as another waiter and another waiter decide to leave the kitchen. And each time that door opens up, you hear more clatter, clatter, bang, bang, shouting, shouting. And then you notice that the last waiter to come out, he's actually ducking because there is a roll flying behind his head as he leaves. And as the door swings closed, you hear a thunk.
Looks like somebody needs a lesson in manners. And Tice is gonna try and move into the kitchen.
Give me a dexterity save.
Oh, great.
Oh, I took that as
Okay. All right. So which door are you opening, first of all?
The indoor.
Okay. So as you push open the indoor, you're lucky that the indoor swings in toward the kitchen. And as you're doing that, basically half of a meringue pie has been sliced in half by the door, and it is aimed itself directly towards what would be your chest because of your height, and it goes splat against your lovely shiny armor. However, it did not hit you in the face and blind you.
Okay. Good.
And the other two of you, what would you like to do now that you see that Tejas has been attacked by a lemon meringue?
That's a sentence.
Did some of it fall on the floor?
Mm-hmm.
Blessed will pick some up and start eating it.
That's a Constitution save.
honey, you don't.
Oh, boys.
You do.
You're fine. You're fine. It has a little bit of crunchiness to it, probably from the dirt that's tracked on the ground. But
yeah, this is a buffalo. It's
a pretty good pie.
I'm a goblin. I don't notice.
That's pretty much why you're okay.
Yeah.
I mean, at least eat it off my chest. It's clean.
So Titus is also enjoying the pie.
No, he's just looking at the goblin enjoying the pie and comparing his chest plate to his chain shirt to a clean plate.
Okay, well, as this is happening with the whole picking up and trying to eat the pie and trying to convince Blessed to not eat the pie, the door is now open and you hear this ranting and raving of a woman's voice.
How many times I done tell you, I don't want you here. I don't want you working here. I don't think these people are right for us. And I'm bringing you back home, Cal. You are not staying here. This is not happening. Not while I am living and breathing. Do you understand, young man?
And then you hear this pause. Mama, I don't wanna. And as you look up, you see these two reptilian type looking creatures yelling at each other. And the woman is standing there in all her glory, wearing a fuzzy bathrobe with pink fuzzy slippers made to look like bunny rabbits, full of ears on the feet. And her hair is up in curlers. And in her hand, she's holding a frying pan, and she is waving it menacingly at the other reptilian-like person. And he is standing there in his chef's outfit with a nice crisp apron on. It's a nice dark red apron to go along with the decor of the area. And he is holding in his hand a large ladle, and he is shaking it back at the person he just called Mama. Now, the thing that's notable about them is they have these long, extended snouts and scales, almost like a lizard folk, but it's more of a broader, rounded jaw, and it's more elongated than lizard folk would have. And as they're yelling at each other, the jaws are opening and snapping closed, and you can tell they emphasize things of the teeth as they're yelling at one another. And as she's getting ready to yell at him some more, she looks over to the kitchen countertop and she's picking up this huge baguette. And she looks over and she sees all four of you, and she flings it at you. So once again, you all need to do a dex save.
Oh, goody. As I see it fly, I don't know, never mind, that doesn't count for it. Sorry, I was going to have to tell myself, but I realized it doesn't count. Listen, I got a -1. Hey!
All right,
so coming back to me.
So, Poise, luckily for you, this is one of those situations you saw this coming because this isn't your first fight between mother and son type of scenario.
This reminds me of my mom.
Yeah, you had the intelligence to kind of make yourself low profile and very hard to hit, and turning yourself towards the side. Blessed, luckily for you, you are beyond where her throwing range was, and you were underneath. She didn't see you. However, incoming, there's some nice baguette heading your way. For Tyus and for Shimmer, you basically get a face full of fresh baguette thrown at you, which kind of stuns you for a quick second, but it doesn't do much of any type of damage or anything to you. You're just now covered in crumbs. And for Tyus, you are now covered in lemon meringue and baguette crumbs because they've kind of stuck to what's on your chest plate. And as she's thrown this baguette, she is now taking her frying pan and aiming at you.
And I told him so many times, I didn't want him working here, and who the hell are you?
and you'll see her bright yellow eyes just flashing, and she's snapping her jaw shut.
I do want to glance at Tyus and just remember, like, kind of like so he can hear, but under my breath, so not really anyone else can hear. It's like, now, aren't you looking like the main course?
Darling, that's for later.
Even better. Even better.
I give a wink. Look at. I love how flames, it's creepy, and then there's blessed.
Oh, look, someone dropped a baguette. I eat that.
Listen, I'm giving up. You do you, sweetheart. Whatever makes you happy.
It probably has like a hint of lemon meringue on it from my chest.
I guess.
It's even tastier.
Gotta say,
Dipping
that's
sauce.
probably one of the most entertaining sentences to come back to. Why don't you just eat it off my chest instead?
I think we just found our battle cry, folks.
I've heard that one a few times.
Oh my god.
All right, so as you're standing there, you have this Creole crocodile woman looking at you, holding her frying pan, and this thing's been well seasoned, so it's a heavy and an old and well-used one. And her son, the chef, Cal, is standing behind her, and he's kind of doing that, like, mama, no, mama, no. And you can tell she's like,
Let me go. Let me at them. I'm gonna find out what's going on because they're looking in on us, and this is a private conversation. Who the hell are you?
Can Tyus walk forward very gently with his hands sort of out like this in a passive motion?
performance check that one.
Oh, okay. Why?
Oh no! It might be the pie.
It might be the pie. Why? Because pie.
Listen here, pretty boy. Actually, you are kind of pretty, aren't you?
Thank you.
This here conversation between me and my boy. You don't need to be in here. You just get yourself back out there and do your fancy drinking, eating, dancing, anything you want out there. This is private property.
Mama, this ain't your property. This ain't even your kitchen, woman.
I'm sorry, miss, if I may have offended you. I believe we've come off on the wrong foot here. My name's Tyus. What's your name, lovely miss?
Oh, do persuasion.
Ooh.
Let's see how you do
Come
with
on.
persuasion on this one.
Oh, come on. That's a 2 without the modifier.
Oh, God. He narrows her.
Oh, he's trying so hard.
He is trying. Maybe it's just that pie and the baguette combination. You're looking a little slovenly, but she's going to narrow her eyes at Tyus and be like,
That is no concern to you, pretty boy.
Blessed pulls on Tyus's hand and says, "Get her to throw something else at you."
Tyus turns to Blessed and Poise and just in a low sort of rumbled whisper, he says, "That lady just had the look my mother had when she'd yell at me. That's terrifying. Why don't you take over?"
Honey, I'm not gonna lie to you, but she does remind me of my mama a little bit as well, but we'll see what I can do. She's gonna step forward. I'm just like, listen, I'm sure we can all be civil here. My name is Poise, and there are some lovely people around you trying to do their job, so maybe if you want to take this outside, that can be arranged.
Yeah, let's do a persuasion on your end too, Poise.
Okay.
Please roll another nat 20.
You're right. It's been nice to her today.
23!
All right, so Poise.
I'm gonna get
It's
some
probably-
gonna roll that one when I need it.
It's probably that lovely, soothing voice and how impeccably you're dressed. You're going to see her. She's looking at Tyus with her eyes squinting closed, and she's looking over at you.
Well, now here's someone who's got some reason.
Hey, stick
It's very nice to meet you.
Poise, and she's going to walk around from the side of the countertop, and as she's shuffling around with her bunny slippers going, the ears are flopping with each step. And her robe is kind of swinging a little bit, and underneath is her very pretty floral moo-moo. And she's got her string of pearls on, of all things. She's wearing her string of pearls too, and she's actually trying to make herself look more presentable for you. she's actually tying the robe closed now, and it's got nicely cinched and a little bow going, and she's making sure her pearls look nice, and she's patting her head, and she's actually doing this with a frying pan in hand. So she's like trying to like check her hair, and then she realizes her curlers are still in there. Oh, for heaven's sakes, I forgot to do my hair before leaving. Pardon my appearance, but you seem like a reasonable woman. Let me tell you something. That's my son over there. That's Cal. And you'll see Cal standing there, this Creole Croc, sir. And like any embarrassed son would do, he kind of waves, and he's waving with a ladle. Hi, folks. This is my mama. She likes to make herself known every so often, and here she is. Thank you. If you don't mind, I have all these orders to get out there and onto tables. If you could please help me with my mama and get her the HE double hockey sticks out of here, that would be very, very much appreciated. If you don't mind. Cal is a man about to snap.
Thank you.
And I don't mean his jaws.
Thank you very much to Stylefire Wolf, who's just donated a sub bomb, 5 subs. Thank you so much.
That's fantastic.
New subs, you have rerolls to gift.
Spread them around. Spread the love, everyone. So yeah, basically you have Poise. You have managed to calm down Mama Croco, but she's not exactly fully leaving the establishment quite yet. And you do know she is Cal's mother.
Perhaps we can find somewhere in this fine kitchen that's a little bit quieter and a little out of the way so we can have a little bit of a chat.
Hearing that, Cal is going to point with his label, pantry! And there is a pantry that's like right off to the left-hand side for you, not too far away. And she's going to nod. She goes,
Yeah, that sounds a little bit reasonable. You seem like reasonable folk. I'm willing to hear what you have to say.
That we are.
Okay, good.
Stride on forward with my hooves on the tiles, and I open the pantry door and hold it open for everybody.
Lucky for you, because she's so impressed with you. She's actually put her frying pan on the countertop just before going into the pantry. And right now she is furiously trying to take the curlers out of her hair, and she's shoving them into her pockets, and she's just trying to get her hair less crazy lady from Walmart looking.
Darling, stop fussing. You look just fine.
Oh, all right. Let's do another.
Oh, buddy.
Let's do performance. Do performance on this one.
Oh, buddy.
And I'm gonna have her roll too.
I'm just eating a baguette.
Okay.
That's fine. Oh, God.
Whatever luck I have, I'm putting into this.
I have faith in you.
I don't have any luck.
I think I'm siphoning it.
What point of luck?
This is too perfect. I also rolled a 7, so she's kind of. She doesn't get anything for this either.
Wow.
She's kind of wavering a little bit. Like you can tell she kind of wants to be charmed by you, but she's still a little miffed. And she's a little annoyed that you aren't exactly pulled together, which is ironic considering how she's appeared in this establishment.
Well, we'll see about that. But I'll have you know that, well, I'm sorry, where are my manners? I'm sorry. I'm Camilla. I'm Cal's mama. And Cal is my precious boy. And this woman's place is a place of ill repute. I hear what people say about it out there. I hear that they do things that ought not to be done and aren't on the up and up. And quite frankly, it's her fault that my people are even around here, if you ask me. And I don't want to work in here. I don't think it's right. I think it's questionable at best. And I'm telling you right now, I don't like this place. I don't like this place. I don't like that woman, that Bianca.
And she's starting to get riled up again.
This is a good place. It's a nice place. I'm a paladin. The lady sent me here. I'm making sure it stays a good place and nobody causes trouble. You want me to watch out for your son?
What in the hell are you?
I'm a paladin. I told you.
You can't eat him.
I'm not hungry right now. I'm just, well...
My name's Blessed.
Blessed?
Blessed. The lady told me I was blessed.
Like, bless your heart, blessed?
Yes? You can trust me. I'll look out for your son.
Let us do persuasion with Blessed and see what he gets on this one.
Okay, let us see.
It's double digits.
And you're lucky she's really okay. She's gonna go.
All right. Well, blessed, blessed paladin. I can work with that. Listen, you just make sure he stays on that straight and narrow path, that he doesn't go after some pretty little thing or start drinking that juice that other one makes up. And I will happily, well, I didn't exactly come quite right dressed to make a scene, quite frankly. And
Pretty.
you think I'm pretty?
Yeah.
I must say, I do love your taste in jewelry. And she points to the necklace.
Oh, my husband gave it to me. Rest his soul. All right.
And she's gonna look at Shimmer.
You stay away from him. You understand? I see you doing that flirty flirt cutesy cutie pie thing with Eduardo. You keep your eyes on that one and keep your eyes off that one. Are we clear?
Can I put my arm around Shimmer's waist and be like, it's okay, honey, I'll keep an eye on her.
Oh, this is interesting. Shimmer, would you allow this?
Shimmer would allow this, but she wouldn't return the gesture.
No, the boy is not expecting you to.
She'd quite glibly, I can't make any promises.
I'm telling you, this Bianca and that one, they're the devils. The devils, and you keep them away from my boy.
And she's gonna look at Blessed right now.
You keep them devils away from my son. You get it? That's my baby. That's my baby Kel. And I want him kept right and not tarnished and tainted by these devils.
You do.
Like, I feel like I should be offended.
So you do realize we are literally devils. That's not an insult.
Stop trying to make sense.
How about this with sense? In a place you said was so tainted, don't you think that maybe your son's bringing a bit of light into this kind of place? Don't you think it's a little bit the other way around? That he's untainting the place with his good cooking?
All right, she's gonna look at you, and her jaw's kind of opening and closing, in these crocodile-like way.
Yeah. Quite frankly, never thought about that way. All right. Between you
And she looks up at Tyus.
and you,
She looks down to Blessed.
he's in good hands. I have a feeling for this evening at least. So I'm gonna go. But you two better make sure that my boy's safe. Got it?
Rest assured, yeah.
Perhaps that good old cooking could lead me and Poise to righteousness.
If that happens, then my son's a damn near miracle worker. You.
And she's going to start walking out of the pantry and grab her frying pan on the way out, leaving the four of you in the pantry as she walks over to Cal.
Cal, baby, honey.
And Cal's at these massive pots and he's stirring. And as she's saying, Cal, baby, honey, you just see Cal's shoulders go slump.
Oh.
Yes, Mama.
I'm gonna go now. You be good, sweetheart. Mama's gonna make sure there's a nice meal for you at home.
And you actually kind of see him like his shoulders rise up a little bit more. Well, okay. I'll see you later, Mama. And she walks out what you now notice was a back door from the kitchen area, probably to make it easier for bringing in deliveries. And she walks out, closes the door behind her. However, she shoots Shimmer one last glaring, beady, yellow-eyed look in her direction.
Devil!
And shuts the door and leaves the room.
Boys drops her arms. My apologies. I should have asked for it first, but you seem to have quite the reputation.
I don't know what you mean. And you're more than welcome, honey.
All right, so
incessantly flirty. This whole party is so blessed.
this party is fantastic.
The best part is like I when I was writing the story for not story but like the character, I was like, that's gonna be a flirty, slightly southern character, and I come here and I'm like, what is going on?
It's my people.
I made the
home.
perfect character for this.
You really did. That's the excellent part about this whole thing. So you can see that Cal he's like stirring and he's trying to get the meals pulled together, and this is his zone. He's in his zen. He's adeptly getting the dishes served up, and they look gorgeous, and the food looks amazing. Right now he's got a chicken a la king getting plated up and ready to go, and it's being set down next to the bourbon-soaked barbecue ribs. And quickly you see the waiter who came in quite startled before, George, he picks up the tray and he carries it back out to the room, and that wonderful tantalizing fragrance follows behind him. But he kind of turns to all of you as he's doing all this, I gotta thank you for that, because my mama's not exactly the most reasonable type. So whatever it is you done said to her, thank you so much. She's got in her head that this place ain't good, but it's my mama. She's a little overprotective. I'm her only child, and can't say as I'll blame her. But thank you, folks. This is one of those nights where that was really not anticipated and or wanted. So you're welcome to order whatever it is you want, even if it's not on the menu. I'll make sure I get it made up for you right quick if there's something special you want to have. But if
Yes! I hold up the baguette.
he's gonna look down at you. Yeah, you just want the bread?
Yeah, it's good. It doesn't move around when you eat it.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Take 4. And he's gonna hold out a basket for you of all these baguettes. If it's something,
biggest thing.
yeah. If it's something that you feel is going to help you out, then take what you need, sir. Especially if you're hungry. No one leaves this place hungry if it's up to me. And so he's going to look at all of you with big smiles. He goes, but Miss Shimmer, if you don't mind, can you just get everyone out the door, and so I can get back to getting things cooked up as someone's calling my house? I don't know why.
You have to answer the phone.
Cal walks over to the telephone and he picks it up.
He has to answer the phone as well as cooking. This kitchen's crazy.
Hey, I got a multitask. So as Cal's basically giving you the brush off, what would you guys like to do?
Well, Shimmer would walk up to him first off and be like, "Are you sure you don't need anything?"
He's on the phone at this point. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, no, doll, I'm fine. Thank you again for that. Because holy hell, do I have a conversation to have with that woman? Oh, don't tell her I said hell. But yeah, no, I'm good. I got to take this. This is about tomorrow's delivery, if you don't mind. And he goes back to talking on the phone. So he's pretty much at this point. He's on the phone. Kitchen's now calm again. The waiters are picking up the dishes they were afraid to get or were afraid were going to be thrown at them while Mama was in there. Where would you like to go from here?
Blessed will start walking out, and he stops for a moment and acts like he hears something, and then he turns around and offers everybody bread.
Oh,
Die for this boy.
No, thank you, Blessed. I'm not much of an eater.
I'll take a small piece of the baguette and be like, I never say no to a generous soul.
Yeah, I'll take off a little piece as well, and this time I'll just give him a nod. A very gracious nod. Just kind of pick at it.
And Blessed's got a happy look on his face when he sees how much is left, and he turns and marches back out into the bar.
Oh.
okay, great. So you're all leaving, heading towards the bar again?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, on your way back to the bar, you can see that Mickey is still extremely busy, and the crowd's picked up even more so, and there's more people running around. You can even see that a few of the maids who normally work upstairs have come down, and they're kind of going, and they're acting as busboys almost, picking up the dishes and everything while the waiters are getting the dishes out to the people. They're taking them back into the kitchen. And you're also going to notice that Evie is basically about to walk right into Blessed because I don't think she even noticed that he's right there. So Blessed, if you can give me a dex check, that would be great. Oh dear. So because of the size of the house tonight and the crowd that we have, it's one of those things where you're probably more enamored with your newly begot baguettes. And luckily for you, just before she's about to step on you, Evie does notice that you're there, and she looks down. She goes, "Oh my gracious, I'm so sorry. Hi, and welcome to BB's Place. How are you this evening, sir?"
Hi, I'm blessed, and you're pretty. You want some bread?
Why, thank you so much. How nice to meet you. Oh, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you very much. And hi, y'all. Thank you for coming to BB's Place. Nice to see you. If you need anything, just feel free and take care of yourselves. Okay, ma'ams and sirs. And Evie's going to start walking back off towards the dance floor area. And as she's walking away, she doesn't even look over her shoulder or anything like that. She's just stopping and saying hi to different people and introducing herself. And some people are nodding their heads like, "Oh, okay," and like shaking her hands. And some people kind of like stop for a second and do a little bit of a double take, but then they kind of look at their drinks and they kind of shrug their shoulders as this Evie walks off towards the dance floor. And she's kind of skirting around where Eduardo normally is sitting at his piano and heading off towards what looks like another little alcove with more places to be seated.
Blessed will go ahead and head back over to the bar where he was sitting before.
Okay.
A basket up on top of the bar and then climb up on the bar stool and sit there.
Yeah, Tyus is also gonna go to the bar, go back to his drink. He's still not quite done with that wine yet.
Okay. And Poise and Shimmer, what about the two of you?
I'll probably order that same drink as I got before, but I'll have it. I'm not going to sit down at the bar this time. I'm just going to stand there.
Okay.
I'm just going to people watch for a little bit.
All right. Sure. Mickey is going to basically have fresh drinks for everyone. So problem solved back there because it got nice and quiet.
No, he didn't kill anyone either.
Bonus points for that, I suppose, depending on who was it? What was happening? Was his mother back again? Did she come back in again?
Yeah.
Oh, for crying out loud. I'm telling you, it's like maybe like every 10 days or so, she comes and she just shows up, gets it in her head that this place is no good, and then gets herself worked up into a lather. At least this time. Did she break any windows this time?
Did we notice any breakable windows?
No.
She gave me a pie and some bread.
She must like you.
Pie and some bread.
Mickey's gonna see that you're covered, and she's gonna just take her bar towel off her shoulder. Here, just you can put that to use.
I'm having a hard time doing it myself. Could you help me out a little bit, please?
You're gonna with Mickey. You definitely have to charm her into this one.
I put myself into these situations. I know.
I think I need you to persuade her. Yep.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, my dear. This is how I roll with Roll20. That's why I'm using my dice.
Oh my god. I would use real dice, but I feel like I need to prove myself to the Roll20 gods.
Yes, right?
Let me know when you need to do a check next, because I'll like tap you on the shoulder and help you out a little bit.
I don't think the Roll20 gods like you.
No, sometimes they just don't like certain individuals, speaking as one who they normally don't like.
They don't want me to play a charismatic character. This is the first time I've played a character like this.
Oh, dear. So, Mickey's kind of going to chuckle a little bit and raise her brow at you. Yeah, you're the charming type, aren't you, sweetheart? Yeah, take the towel if you want it. If not, you can just leave it on the bar. Pardon me, folks. I got to go make sure everyone else is taken care of. But and she'll slide the drinks over. You just make yourselves comfortable. And if anything else pops up, feel free to kind of take charge and do what you need to do. I gotta go. And she's gonna scurry off down to the bar where there is another patron waving her down, looking for some refills on their martinis.
Yeah, Tyus is underneath his facade. He's gonna miserably clean his chest chain shirt and just be like, "Was easier back home," and just sort of clean his chest of food debris.
Pause will walk over to him and say, "It's alright, you just gotta learn how to read the right crowd." It's an art. It took me a while to learn that one.
It's easy when there's no food on my chest.
You're not gonna eat that?
No, but when I'm done cleaning it, you can have it.
Oh, thank you. There's such nice people in here.
You know, Blessed, I like you.
I'm blessed.
That you are, honey. I might give Matthias a hand if need be. Just kind of like, I can get this for you, sweetheart, and just clean it out. Unfortunately, I didn't. Unfortunately, prestidigitation is not a cleric spell, which I'm very upset about.
Yeah, I was gonna say that would be a nice little handy one.
It's just poise so much.
All right, so between Tyus and Poise, I have a feeling that Tyus is looking a little bit more as he did when he first walked in, and a little less serving buffet mode. So now that things are kind of right back to sorts again, what would you like to do from this point? You're back at the bar again. You're welcome to go exploring.
Blessed will check the room again with divine sense again to make sure nothing evil has snuck in while he was in the kitchen.
Okay.
I'll just be surveying the crowd, make sure that no one's acting suspicious or anything like that.
Okay, then Shimmer, do an investigation check if you're just sort of doing a survey.
Oh, I'm no good at those.
All right, so yeah, you really aren't, are you?
Wow, we suck.
Yeah. So, Blessed, you're going to, once again, there's nothing that's tapping into your ability here, but as you're kind of scanning the room looking for things, you could have sworn that Evie had gone off in one direction, and yet she's walking over in another direction. That wouldn't have exactly have made sense in the time frame that passed. That's pretty much the only thing you have noticed. And this Evie is a woman on a mission. Like, she's going from wherever she's coming from, the one side, she's going back over to the reception desk area. She's actually not taking the time to speak to other people. She is doing her quick smiles and nods, but she's not stopping to say hello to everyone.
Didn't she just go the other way? And I'll point at Evie as she's walking back the other way. She just went over there, and now she's going over. That's strong. I need another drink.
I don't think there's anything strange going on here. I've been investigating. I can't tell anything strange is going on.
Yeah, Shimmer, your investigation was looking at Eduardo. And he's looking good tonight. And he's across the way, he's looking over at you, and he did his little wink, and he's back to playing. But as far as you can tell from your quick little surreptitious look around and then landing on the handsome Eduardo, meh. Evie tends to run around a lot. She can be in a bunch of different places at once, it seems. She's quite good at, knowing how to work the people and knowing who each and every person is and what they need if they have a request. I mean, she's pretty much one of those people where when Bianca's not here, you go to her with the questions because she knows every single person who comes in that door.
At the mention of that strange activity from Blessed, can we notice anything?
Yeah, you can do a perception or investigation.
Okay.
Sure.
Alrighty.
Hey, double digits!
Hey!
I'm getting there.
Can I just tap myself on the chest and cast guidance on myself before I make this check?
Okay.
It's a cantrip, but I get a plus D4 on it.
Go for it.
Well,
Oh no!
there we are. It's about time that I got something.
I was gonna say, we know who the gods are smiling on now.
Yeah, no,
It's bouncing up.
Who knows? Maybe, Poise, you got a little bit of meringue somehow on your dress, and it's like maybe this ring just has bad juju on dice. For all we know.
Yeah, it's a meringue.
But Tyus, you also perk up hearing Blessed say this whole thing about Evie going in different directions, and you look over and you see Evie, like the back end of her skirt, so to speak, is flicking over towards the reception desk area as she's just worked with another person who's walking into the establishment. And you could have sworn out of the corner of your eye, over near where Eduardo was, that you also saw Evie.
These drinks are wonderful, y'all.
No, you were the only one to have noticed this too. Keep that in mind.
Can I sort of do like a quick looking at one, looking at the other?
At this point, you're not going to catch them any further because they both kind of done the.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
As far as you can tell. Although who knows? Maybe that wine was playing tricks on you.
Maybe. Either this drink is strong or this place got a whole lot sweeter.
I know, right?
Oh
my god.
So I mean,
huh?
Carry on.
Oh, Tyus is just gonna stare out into the crowd to make sure nothing else out of the ordinary happens, or if it does, so that he might catch it.
Okay.
So I mean, looking after this place for BB seems real easy tonight. Taking care of some family troubles with some, gator.
Gone fairly simply so far.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. Nothing of the fiendish nature, unless they count us.
And no one's kicked me yet. It's wonderful.
You actually get an expression of oh
my god,
across Poise's face.
Oh, honey,
if anyone kicks you, I'll set them straight. Okay, just let me know. Just pull me in the right direction, and I'll show them who's the boss. Okay.
Okay.
Why don't you all do another perception check for me, everyone, this time?
Okay, I'll do guidance again.
Oh.
Hey.
Can I try and manipulate the dice here? Are we trying to root out deception? Can I roll deception instead?
I'll let you do deception, Shimmer. That's actually, yeah, we can work with deception on this one.
I get double digits with a +7 modifier.
Shimmer, you're a bard. You're meant to be.
Nice.
Alright, I got a 16 total.
Okay, great. So basically we have Poise and Tyus. You're going to notice that as you're looking over to the reception desk, Poise as well, you're going to be seeing this too. Blessed, bless your heart, you're still eating your baguettes. And Shimmer, you're kind of looking over at Eduardo, and you do see that Evie is standing over in the back, and she's still going around saying hello, and looks like she's almost introducing herself to the patrons who are sitting in the back alcove area behind the piano area. So you do pick that up. But for Tyus and for Poise, you're looking and you see a new couple come into the main reception area, and you could swear that you see someone quickly tucking some crochet work away and a hand go out to start writing down information and take their coats as they come into the establishment. And then you look over and you're also going to notice that there's Evie, who you can see in full at this point, going around and sort of hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you type of mode.
What's this couple look like?
They're just dressed to the nines. The gentleman has his nice little top hat on. He's got a tuxedo going. A little bit different, though, because his cummerbund is a nice tapestry pattern of golds and greens and silvers shot through each other, and a matching bow tie to match. The lady with him is wearing a simple black dress that skims across her shoulders, drops down to about her knees, and there's some fringe involved as well, so as she moves, it sways back and forth.
And the person that shoved the crochet stuff to the side looks like Evie from the back?
From where you're standing, you just kind of get this much of her, the elbow and up. Okay, you can't get a clear shot to the reception desk from where you're sitting at the bar, but you can at least see the arm kind of zoom quick and tuck under.
Okay.
Tyus, you seeing what I'm seeing?
I definitely am.
No, I'm just eating.
You carry on eating, sweetheart. You deserve it.
I'm just gonna go and check on in with Eduardo. He often has a pretty good vantage point from the stage.
Okay. So do the three of you want to head over to Eduardo's zone while Blessed, bless his heart, has his baguette?
I'll try and stay nonchalant next to Blessed.
Okay.
I'll look to Tyus like, you stay here. I'll go get to that vantage point, and we have more eyes on this place. I think we'll do a little better.
Oh,
Agree.
Boys, you think you're coming too? Eduardo's gonna think Christmas is coming early.
Would that be such a bad thing?
Perhaps not. Perhaps not.
All right, so our lovely tiefling divas, they make their way over to Eduardo. And Eduardo's picking up on the two of you right quick. And he's puffed his chest out, the shoulders are rolled back, and he's getting a little bit more flamboyant with his piano playing. And that smile, if it could glow, it would. And he's got his eyes on both of you, quite happily, mind you, as you make your way over to him. What would you like to do?
Eduardo, darling, have you seen anything strange tonight? BB asked us to look after the place. She said she was worried, but all we've seen is an angry mother.
Camilla was here again, wasn't she?
You know it.
Oh God, I'll tell you, that woman, she's got some interesting concepts floating in that head of hers. But no, I just heard from the wait staff that she was in here and she caused a little ruckus, but it's under control now, so I hear.
That it is.
That's good. Well, come to think of it, I mean, Evie seems a little bit more active today. I mean, granted, the young lady knows how to run the front desk, but I swear I'm seeing her everywhere right now. Other than that, no, I haven't noticed anything new. The people are dancing, the people are drinking, the people are eating, the people are happy. I'm doing my job. How about you, darling girl?
I'm just fine. Have you met Poise properly? I know we brought her here, but she's a most flavoursome individual.
What kind of flavor you thinking?
Oh, honey, I like all flavors. All 31 of them if needed.
I just kind of lean on the piano a little bit, like away from where he's playing, so I'm not interrupting anything. But do I have a good vantage point on that couple?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to do? Yeah, if you want to do a perception investigation, you totally can do that.
Sure. Yeah. You see a little, just a small, tiny little flash of light as she taps her chest as she's looking around and casts guidance on herself again, because what a good cantrip! Perception?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Maybe I can get double digits with it.
Yeah, see what happens.
Oh, yeah. 9.
They're just, it's a couple who, they're out for a fun night. They are actually sitting over in the eating area of the bar, and you can see that one of the waiters, Eddie, is taking their order. They must be of some import because he keeps bowing and he keeps nodding his head as every single request is made. And it's a very detailed request and he's writing it out, but they're just here to have dinner so far from what you can tell.
Yeah. Well, I noticed because we had a couple of new people come in. I think they seem pretty fancy folk.
And Eduardo will look over his shoulder. You mean the Averys?
What? I can't say I recognize the name, but perhaps. I just know.
I mean, they're here at least every 3 days or so. My guess is because Mr. Avery was caught without Mrs. Avery at a different establishment, if you get what I mean. And ever since then, he's been on overdrive, making sure the missus is a happy lady instead. And he's going to nod his head towards them. I mean, I know for sure that diamond brooch is a new acquirement on her part. And sure enough, she is sitting there with this huge, gorgeous diamond brooch sitting on that dress on her right shoulder. And she's just, quite proudly kind of almost posing herself to show it off to everyone. Like, look what I got. And Eduardo just starts chuckling and goes, yeah, talk about a rooster in the hen house, that one.
Yeah, I think she watches them for a little while. Interesting. They have the regulars here. Well, you said that there are regulars here, but the VIP treatment, I think we've noticed a couple people seem to get a little bit nervous.
Well, Edie was saying earlier about getting some big party coming in after us. Who was fetching that party?
Well, they are. They told us that their friends are going to join us a little bit later on, though. Something about he wanted to dote upon his lovely wife. I don't know. It's you can tell he's feeling a little sheepish over what happened not too long ago. But yeah, they're going to join in later from what he's saying. Give us about an hour, he said.
Might be a group to keep an eye on. I don't think that'll cause any trouble, but I am very interested.
Yeah, you and me both, my dear, because, well, who doesn't like a good bit of gossip here and there? And he's going to do a little piano flourish as he's playing. And then
Is he talking to us?
Oh, yeah, he's playing, he's talking, this is a man of many, many talents. Let me tell you.
Oh, Eduardo's real good with his fingers, boys.
And he's just going to smile and wink at Shimmer with that comment. You're going to get me in trouble one of these days, my dear lady. And then we're going to zoom back over to Tyus and Blessed. You're still sitting at the bar. And Mickey's going to come over and she's going to lean over. She goes, you two seen Evie lately?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of her, actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing too, because normally Evie's supposed to be up at reception right now, making sure everyone's getting checked in and, you know, the reservations are all going as according to plan. Would you mind just going over and talking to Evie? I mean, I get that she wants to kind of play, you know, Bianca's part when Bianca's not here, but I need her at that reception desk, not flitting around saying hi to everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll take care of it.
I'd be much obliged, and thank you very much, because it's getting too busy for this, and you can tell. She's actually starting to look a little flustered and a little upset that things aren't going as normally they should in terms of who's supposed to be doing what at the establishment.
Blessed will start to move off, but the crowd will stop him. So he waits for Tyus to break a path for him through the crowd. Falls in right behind Tyus.
Yeah, Tyus will pave the way for him. And also, as they're walking, Tyus is going to look down at Blessed and be like, hey, remember that little detecting thing you did earlier where you said you could see things?
Uh-huh. I can see evil. I'm good.
That sounds just amazing. Could you do that when we get a bit closer to her? I want to see if there's something going on over there.
Okay.
Thank you, Blessed. You truly are. Your name.
That's what the lady tells me.
Oh my god, this PC I'm loving. All right, so
much.
Very good.
the two of you are walking over and you're heading over to the reception desk. And once again, you're going to see Evie. She's got a pause between people coming and going. And she's sitting at her stool behind the desk and she's working the crochet hook and she's trying to furiously make this thing. And she actually has like her lip. She's biting her lip and you can see she's like kind of one and then okay, two and oh, I don't think that was right. And she's looking down at like a little instruction and okay, yeah, all right. Oh, I think I did it. Okay, and then so she's sort of absorbed in working on whatever it is she's working on with this very light pink yarn that looks very frothy and thin and just very pretty.
This is the one at the front desk?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, how are you in two places at one time? That's a neat trick.
Evie's gonna look startled. She's actually gonna hide her crochet work again and like tuck it in.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat yourself, my dear? I don't think I heard you right. I was doing what?
I wanted to know how you did the trick where you're over here, but you're going through over there at the same time. Is that magic?
How many drinks you had tonight, honey?
One, but it was really big.
I've been here the whole night. Like I barely have a chance to even get my project progressing because we've had people coming and going on that. I don't know what you mean. I've been here.
Well, might I say? Oh, you go.
I'll look at her with divine sense to make sure she's not a fiend or a celestial or undead.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Okay.
I only have one more use of that after this one.
All right, give it a try.
All right. Come on, fiend. Yeah.
She is as sweet and good and lovely as a normal human being could get. She might be slightly extra special in relation to that project she's working on, but she's not anything that's going to cause problems.
She's okay. We ought to go check on the other one. The other evil. It's probably her evil twin.
I'm sorry. Did you say the other one who?
Oh, darling, there can never be anyone as radiant as you.
Well, I mean, it's just me, myself, and I'm getting a little confused here. Now, granted, I have been absent-minded lately, but I am not that bad. I know if there's more than one of me. It's just me. I don't have any, like, twin sisters or anything like that. Why are you saying there's two of me?
It might not be you. It might be evil.
Well, honey, if you think there's an evil me going around there, then you better right quick take care of that because that does not sound copacetic at all.
And I bet they'd just be terrible at crochet.
Well, I'm not that good at it myself quite yet.
I just started, and she's picking it up, and it actually, she's kind of pulling this out a little embarrassed, but she's holding it up, and you can tell because you saw a little bit of it before with Shimmer. She has made progress on this thing. It's still not quite taking shape, but it is bigger than before. So chances are, yeah, she's been sitting at this desk getting this thing made. Yeah.
Oh, honey, I've seen new starters, but that one's pretty good. It's looking like it's coming along.
Yeah, I hope so. It's for something special, but I'll keep working on it. But you better go find Shimmer and let her know what you just told me, because I'm telling you, I've been here all night. I have not moved from my station. You can even look at the registry, and you can see who's been in here and how often they, like, I keep everything logged in. Who came in, when, where, why, and what they're doing.
When did we start to notice the extra Eevee?
Right after you came out from taking care of Cal and his mother's little family feud.
All right.
And I remember where I saw her disappear into, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, let's go tell Shimmer.
Yeah. Before we go, darling, could you do me a favor and could you just keep an eye on who's been in the establishment since, Cal's mama came in, and see if the patrons of the place don't really add up to the names, maybe if there's an extra name in there or something.
Oh yeah, no problem. I'll take a closer look, and I'll do some little backlogging and see if there's anything that's popped up that's a little bit different. Why don't you go find them, and then I'll send one of the waiters over to you if I find something else. So no news from me is good news. Does that make sense?
Of course.
Okay. All right, great. Then I'll get right to work. And she's starting to leaf through the pages, and she's flipping back and forth, and you can tell she's trying to take some notes and see what's going on.
I like her.
Blessed will start to head for Shimmer and get stopped by the crowd and look up at Tyus again.
Excuse me, sorry, pardon me. Please make way. We're making through.
The crowd will definitely part for you, especially because you, Tyus, I mean, they are used to seeing people of different looks and appearances, but you've set an imposing figure. So they're kind of like, it's almost like parting of the Red Sea for them. They're like, oh, okay, let's just, let him go and do his thing. And, Blessed, because you have Tyus standing in front of you, they almost don't even notice you behind him because they're looking up as you move along.
All the way up here.
All the way up.
I follow right in the wake.
Okay. All right, so as you're making your way over to Shimmer and Poise, I'd like you all to do a perception check for me.
Oh.
Oh, I'm back.
And there go the gods.
But both parties, or?
No.
Yeah, both of you.
There it is.
Oh.
Oof.
I'm busy.
What?
I'm busy flooding. We're too busy with Eduardo.
I have a feeling that we have Shimmer and Poise very much being charmed and enamored by Mr. Eduardo as he's playing his piano for the two of you and telling you of his great escapades in the different areas as a traveling troubadour of sorts. And he's all smiles and winks and subtle innuendos for both of you.
Fighting
I think it
the urge
type.
to lay on the piano. Fighting it.
All right, and then for
Will.
Tyus and Blessed, you're pretty much focused on getting to that the red piano in front of you where everyone is kind of gathered at this point. So we'll have it where all of you manage to meet up, and let's see what you do with this information that you just got from Evie.
Shimmer! There's an evil Edie running around here.
An evil Edie?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
We talked to good Edie. She's at the door. But there's another Edie, and she says she's evil Edie, and she's running around here, and I don't know what we need to do, but there's an evil Edie.
No.
Yeah.
With my piss poor perception check, can I see where the evil Edie is?
In this case, do a deception. Check for deception.
Hey!
So,
Nice.
Shimmer, as you're looking around, you've kind of snapped to attention because you're realizing Eduardo's also stopped playing the music, hearing this news of there being a second Eevee floating around. And as you're looking, you look directly at Evie, who you see sitting at the reception desk. She's leafing through the book as the two had left her, and she's taking notes, and she's looking, and she's looking, and everything like that. Which that's usually what Evie would be doing. She'd be at the desk taking notes, letting people in and out, type of thing. And then as you turn to go and speak to them, that you notice Evie, you see out of the corner of your eye another Evie, and she is walking up to a couple sitting over by the fireplace, introducing herself.
Well, now why don't we all just go and say hello,
I think that's a perfect idea.
Yeah, Poise will hop off of the piano.
Oh, the tieflings and Eduardo, you gotta love it. All right, so in your jumping off the piano, the secondary Evie, she's going to look up and see this motion, and she starts scurrying away, heading towards the bar area.
Can I try and
She's moving quickly.
Can I try and make it look like I'm nonchalantly going for my drink again, since I've probably left it at the bar?
Sure, you can absolutely do that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pretend. Yeah, I'm gonna pretend like I'm not even looking at her. I'm just gonna go towards my drink.
All right, but she's been startled, and she's off and moving because of hearing someone jumping off the piano and the piano not playing anymore.
Okay.
Can I please use BB's trick
Sure,
and teleport in front of her?
go ahead.
Oh.
I will do that. I'll just touch my fez for just a second, and then I'm in front of Evil Edie. Edie, how are you doing, darling? You seem awfully in a hurry. Let me help you.
I'm just fine. I'm just making sure everyone is getting what they need and everything is running according to how it's supposed to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You don't have to worry yourself about this, ma'am. I have everything under control.
Oh, ma'am, Edie, you don't have to call me ma'am. You know that.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to stay professional because it's my job and I got to take my job seriously.
I mean, you don't have to stay professional. Don't you remember what me, you, and Sebastian were up to last night?
I'm sure I have no idea what you mean.
And she's gonna look a little insulted by it.
Which is the correct response. Damn it.
If you'll excuse me, I need to go. I need to make sure that couple. And she's going to point to the couple who just came in before, the woman with the diamond brooch. I got to make sure that couple's doing okay over there, if you don't mind. And she's going to try and sidestep you to
Edie,
keep moving.
I'll sidestep in the way.
So we're gonna check against each other. Give me a dexterity check.
Just straight dex?
Just straight dex. Okay, so you manage to grab her by the arm to stop her, and she kind of gives you this quick, glaring look.
Could you please unhand me, ma'am? I need to go and make sure I'm doing my job.
It's okay, Edie. Edie's on the desk.
No, I'm Evie. I'm supposed to be going around and just, welcoming everyone. I'm the welcome girl. Let me go and welcome people, please.
What's going on here?
She's like moving her arm now at this point.
I'm sure I have no idea what you mean, and you need to let me go.
Come on now, darling. Come clean.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And she's gonna look you straight in the eye.
Now you need to let me go.
Insight, deception, something like that?
Sure, you can do insight.
God fucking damn it.
Well, she's certainly feisty like Evie, and she certainly seems upset like Evie. Something's a little bit off with this Evie, though. Especially because this Evie is saying she's Evie as you're looking at her, and you can see Evie at the reception desk.
Can we catch up at this point?
Sure. So you have Shimmer holding whoever this figure is by the elbow as you all come up to them. What would you like to do?
I think we've got ourselves into a bit of a situation here. Would you mind filling us in a little bit, Shimmer?
Why, it seems to be Edie right here, but Edie's calling me Mom, and Edie's sitting right over there.
And as you're saying this, Shimmer, this person that you're holding by the elbow suddenly shifts, and you're staring at your own self as if you're looking in a mirror. And as they do this, they quickly lift up their arm and they take a swing at you.
Oh, buddy.
Does a 12 hit?
12 hits.
12 hits. All right. So you yourself and whoever the hell this is staring right at you. I told you to unhand me for very good reason. Now let's have a little fun. And so they're going to take a swing at you, and you are going to take 3 points bludgeoning. And as Shimmer number 2 hits Shimmer number 1 and lands a successful hit, doing some slight damage to our Shimmer, Shimmer number 2 is now running away from all of you up towards the stairs.
That's
yes, Shimmer.
Not slight damage. Shimmer's really hurt.
Oh no.
Can I chase fake
Shimmer's got a nice shiner going now.
Oh no. I'm gonna chase fake Shimmer. Nobody hits a lady.
I would like to use my reaction to fall on the floor and make a scene.
Okay.
Bless would like to live up to his name. The other 3.
All right, great. So go ahead and do that for the others. We have you all blessed now. That's the extra D4.
Onto hits and saves.
Hits and saves. All right. So remember when we're rolling, want to add in that extra D4. And yes, this is Rory. All right. So we have Shimmer. You're flailing on the floor for distraction purposes, or what are you doing here with this?
Just to alert everyone. I'm not flailing, just, making a lot of noise. I'm going to cry out, clutch my face, possibly cry a little. I'm making a scene. I'm letting everyone know that I've been injured.
Okay, as you're doing this, all attention has been turned to you, and second Shimmer is getting away upstairs because everyone's chasing. What happened to you? All right, so Tyus, you're going after?
Mm-hmm.
All right, then go ahead, and you have a speed of how much?
30.
30? Okay. So you're probably about 10 feet behind Shimmer as you're chasing her as she's skirting up these stairs, because it's a double set of stairs. So she's gone up the one side of the stairs on the right-hand side and is moving quickly towards the top floor. But you're probably, let's say, 7 steps behind her physically.
Okay. Can I attempt to dash to make this faster?
Sure.
Yeah, I'd like to.
But that's gonna... Okay, so you'll be able to catch up with her.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Okay. Am I just like right behind her?
Yeah, you're right behind her now. So you're neck and neck at this point, but she's going to still keep trying to progress on, type of thing. And as Tyus is catching up with her, Blessed, what are you doing?
Following along right behind Tyus.
Okay, and Poise?
I'll give Shimmer a pat and cast Cure Wounds just because.
Okay, go ahead and do Cure Wounds.
Yeah.
And we'll see how we do for Shimmer.
Level 1. There you go. And then some.
Jesus.
Nice. Yeah, that was handy. That was quite handy.
I'll have it, sweetheart.
So, ladies, you see that the 2 gentlemen, we have Blessed and Tyus, running off after this creature who is now no longer second Eevee, but now second Shimmer, moving her way up the stairs. And of course, you do have a crowd around you now because Shimmer has called attention to the fact she was injured, but everyone's focused on Shimmer.
The miracle of the goddess Sune. She's fine.
And
I'll look down at Shimmer and be like, do we really want the boys to have all the fun?
No, sir, but at least everyone else here is now aware. Follow that Shimmer!
And they're going to look at you and like kind of confused and look up, but because of where she's positioned now, they're not going to be able to see her because of the angle of the staircase. So they're kind of like, second Shimmer? And they kind of clap their hands confusedly because you do these magic tricks and they're thinking right now you've done a magic trick.
Oh.
The Shimmer that cried wolf.
Pretty much. that was a good one kind of reaction. And they start laughing and going back to what it is they were doing, thinking, hey, Shimmer's got a new act. This is fantastic.
Better they think I've got a new act than anything else. Come on, let's go.
I hold my hand out for Shimmer and I hoist her up with a surprising amount of strength.
All right, so you're also heading the same direction?
Yeah.
All right, at this point, let's roll for initiative then.
I have a -1 in that.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
Oh, buddy. Oh, I rolled a 1.
Okay, so we have Shimmer is up first with Blessed, and then we have... Yep, then we're going to have second Shimmer, so Shimmer squared. And then it's moving on to Tyus, and Poise is last. All right, so Shimmer, what would you like to do? Let's say you've been pulled up on your feet because Poise has helped you out there. You know that Tyus and Blessed have gone up the right-hand staircase, and they are almost out of sight from this angle.
You're muted.
Muted.
Thank you. She's more than 30 feet away, right? So,
Yeah, from you, she's probably about 50 feet at this point.
Okay. Well, I can dash to, as a bonus action.
Okay.
To get within range, and then, I'm just gonna try and grapple her.
Okay.
This is not my forte. What am I doing?
I was gonna say, okay. No.
Fight.
She kicks you away from her and manages to eke out of your grab because she's wise to you in terms of the grabby hands.
Fair.
And then, so that was Shimmer. That's your full action. Anything else you can do?
No, that's my full action and a bonus action. I'm all done.
Okay. All right. So now we're looking at Blessed. What would you like to do? You do have second Shimmer standing in front of you. She's probably maybe no more than 5 feet away at this point.
Okay. I'll go ahead and take my shield off my back and equip it and take out my Warhammer. Do I still have an action left after I do all that?
Yeah, that's stuff that, you're a professional. This is something you can do offhand.
All right. Well, I'll look up at her and go, the lady says not to hit women, but hang on. No, she says it's okay to hit you. And I'll just wind up with a Warhammer and smack the hell out of her.
All right, let's roll and see if you manage to get that hammer to hit.
Ooh.
Oh, yes, you do. So let's see what their damage is going to be now.
8.
Okay, so I think we're dealing with the height issues here. So because you're on the stairs lower than the second Shimmer, you at least get a nice little crack in on the side of her shin, and she's got a little bit of blood collecting now on the side of her shin where your hammer did manage to nick her, and she's gonna look down at you and just go, little whatever the hell you are. And she's not gonna be liking this, and this is your full turn. You've done everything you can, including bonus actions. All right, great. So she is now going to turn her attention towards first Shimmer. And she is, let's see here, yes, a 12 is going to hit again, correct? For Shimmer?
Yeah, 12's gonna hit.
All right, and you're right on top of her, correct?
Well, yeah, I was trying to grapple her, so yep.
Yep. No, I know. I'm just making sure I have our things going on here. All right, so she's going to try and swing at Shimmer again. Or she did hit, right?
Uh-huh.
So then it's going to turn into... Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, you're lucky. I think she's so upset right now that she can't quite contain herself, and she goes to punch you, but she kind of just grazes across your shoulder, and she gives you 1 bludgeoning.
Nice. That's the ideal response. Do I want to do that? No, I don't. No. That's fantastic. That's perfect.
All right. So you've taken some slight damage, and she is also going to then turn her attention to Blessed and go to try and kick him as her second action. And let's see here. What is it with 12 today? Does a 12 hit you?
Nope, 19.
Oh, ooh, lovely. So she goes to kick and the kick goes wild. I think she's a little bit flustered between now having all these people on top of her and trying to get away. And now she is set and done. And that brings us to Tyus, I mean.
Okay. Tyus is also going to pull his shield and sword out. And is going to walk towards fake Shimmer and be like, darling, has no one ever told you not to impersonate people? That's just rude. And he's gonna try and attack her.
Okay.
And okay, that's when I hit a creature. Okay, so I don't have to declare anything yet. But yeah,
Don't forget you get a D4 added on
Yep.
your to hit.
Oh, that's right. We could have done that with Shimmer too.
Ooh,
Nice.
17.
17 will hit.
Okay, and I'm gonna try and make this a trip attack.
Ooh.
So this is when I hit a creature with a weapon attack, I can expend 1 superiority die to attempt to knock the target down. So, strength saving throw from fake Shimmer, please.
All right. Against a what? Oh, it doesn't matter.
Oh,
Go ahead and do your attack because she's gonna fall prone at this point. I just rolled a 1.
oh. Okay, so it's 6 plus my superiority die damage, which
All right. So we're
1.
looking at 7. Okay.
Yeah, and she is knocked prone.
All right. So yep, we have second Shimmer now prone on the stairs with Poise standing poised above her. I am sure. But you're still making your way up, right?
Yeah. I'm
This probably between this and that point of your motion, you're pretty much closing in on her too.
okay. As you do, you see her pull out a shield and a mace from Oakley. You see the hint of maybe a bag of holding just tucked away in there. She's not the most violent person, so she's going to try this first, even though it may result in me losing a turn. That's okay. I'm just going to listen, honey, I don't really want this to get messy, so we're all friends here, right? And I'm going to cast Charm Person at 2nd level as a tiefling thing, because I'm the
Okay.
GM. They have to make a wisdom saving throw, but they have advantage because we're fighting them.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so where am I? What do I do?
Where'd you go? Come find me.
There you go. So yeah, they
There
gotta
you
make they have to make a wisdom saving throw.
She looks at you and she starts letting out this maniacal, sneering laugh. I don't think so, sugar.
Oh,
And oh no, there is no charming this one whatsoever.
that's quite alright. And as my bonus action, I'd like to just kind of give my mace a twirl as I cast Spiritual Weapon and an identical mace appears behind her.
I like it. All
And
right, cool.
I think I can make an attack with that on the same turn I summon it. As a bonus, I don't know.
I
Spiritual
think
Weapon
it's
comes
the
to
next
mind.
round. I think you can summon it.
I rolled an attack. That's a shame. That was a good one. But yeah. If it's yeah, whatever you say.
I think it's one of the things you can cast it in the next round. It will go and
Next
do
round,
its thing.
Yeah.
I believe, off the top of my head. So we have the second Shimmer still down on the ground, prone. We have a spiritual weapon up by, I'm assuming we have Tyus and Shimmer 1, and then we also have Blessed standing. But basically, this Shimmer is surrounded by some very interesting things going on. So that brings us back up to our one and only original Shimmer. What would you like to do, my dear? You did.
Oh, I don't know, because she's only done unarmed strikes on us so far, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not very good at attacking gently. I'm good at killing people. Like, that's...
And it's your own pretty face.
I know. Fuck it.
She's looking a little knocked up, but she's, she could probably fight if she had to.
I'm just gonna punch her.
Go for it. Yeah, I think you're a little disarmed with this whole. It's yourself. It looks my gosh, it could be your twin sister if you knew better type of situation. And it goes wild.
What is that roll?
And she is just going to look up at you, and she's also sneering at you now. Nice try.
A -3?
Is there anything else you'd like to do, Shimmer?
Shimmer can add a D4 to that.
Oh, yeah, don't forget the D4. Throw in the D4.
Is there really any point? I mean, we can
Not
do.
really, no. Yeah, no.
A boy up to a 0. Woo!
Don't dismiss the blessings of my goddess.
There you go. Oh,
Oh,
blessed.
blessed.
Okay, so yeah, no, that just went wild, and that brings us to Blessed.
All right. I'm gonna hit the hell out of her.
Okay.
Run up, swing with a hammer again. Duh.
And it's a swing and a miss. So I think because she's actually prone, so this is a very hard angle for you to hit to even reach her. So you go to swing, and it kind of sweeps over her legs. And again, that she's still doing this like cackling, maniacal, ha ha ha, nice try. And now we are at her turn, where she takes half of her action or half of her motion, and she stands up, type of deal. And she's actually going to look right over to Tyus, because you got a nice little ding in on her. And she is going to take one look at you and say, I don't mess around with these types. And let's see, does a 15 hit?
No.
You are very, very lucky. And she goes to try and almost like throttle you suddenly, but she's a little bit discombobulated from standing up on the stairs and trying to do an attack. So she doesn't manage to get her hands on you for her attack. And we're leaving it at that for her, because that's really all. Oh, wait, no, she has a second attack. She's going to, this time around, try and swing at you again. And 19, will that hit?
Yeah. Yeah, that hits.
All right. 19 does hit, and her hands almost seem to shift into these claw-like objects as she goes to swing at you and curls it in and goes to hit you, and you will take 7 bludgeoning.
Okay. After she speaks and stuff, and like hurts Tyus is just gonna sort of chuckle and say, honey, you haven't even tried my type.
You haven't tried mine either, have you? And she's going to shift and turn into Tyus.
Oh boy. Tyus is intrigued.
All right,
Oh,
so
that is
now...
two of you. Oh, this is my lucky day.
Is that really what I look like from that angle?
I'm
it's
so
good.
confused.
And now, Tyus, it's your turn. You're now looking at yourself in the mirror.
Oh my. I can't have two of us running around. That's just not healthy for the world. I'm gonna try and, ooh, actually, there's no one behind him. Her, him, them.
At this point, it'd probably be the spiritual weapon.
Spiritual weapon doesn't take damage, does it?
No.
Okay, cool, because, breath weapon.
Oh.
I'm gonna sort of take a deep breath and let out this acidic spray all over her. Him.
Okay. And is that a them? Is that a what's that? Is it a save or is that an attack roll?
That would be a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Which with a 22?
I'm sure.
Okay, so
8 plus
is there
plus prof and it's nowhere near 22.
okay, so is there half damage for it or anything like that?
I think it's half as much, yeah.
Okay, so
on the successful one.
So let's see how much acid damage this creature is now going to be taking on.
Ooh. That'd be 4 or 5.
That would be
Rounded up or down?
9 total. Isn't it 9 total?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be, we'll take it to 5.
Okay.
All right, so you do 5 points of damage to this, and I think to make it story appropriate, you managed to get it to land exactly where the lemon ring pie had landed on you previously. So now your armor, where it once had lemon ring, is now slowly starting to eat away thanks to this damage. And Your second self is glaring at you, not happy about this situation, but still looking up in fighting form as we get to Poise, who now you have your spiritual weapon as well as yourself to do here.
Well, could I actually have taken an action search?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, because I wanted to do a weapon attack on her as well with that.
Okay, go ahead for it.
Sweet. 19?
19 hits.
Or whatever that would take.
Absolutely will hit, yep.
Okay, fantastic. 8 slashing damage.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you go and you lunge to her, I have a feeling that I'm sorry, we forgot we have a shift. So your second self is now starting to bleed a little bit from where did you decide to try and aim here? Let's get the story.
I guess where the acid is sort of like bubbling, where the armor's weakest, he's gonna try and slash through that.
Okay, and you managed to, and now there's a little bit of a slash that's showing through the armor as well as some blood that's starting to show through a little bit as well. So they're starting to get hurt.
Okay.
And you're all set then?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, that's cool. So now we're going to go to Poise.
Yeah, she'll step up, so she's really in the thick of it now.
Okay.
This is a little bit ridiculous. Why don't we get some light in here? And I'm going to use my Channel Divinity as my action, and it is Radiance of the Dawn. On its second level, you can use your Channel Divinity to harness sunlight, banishing darkness, and dealing radiant damage to your foes. Any magical darkness within... Don't worry about that one. And each hostile creature within 30 feet must make a con save. Each creature takes radiant damage equal to 2d10 plus my cleric level.
Okay, so I have to do a con save with...
Con save.
Okay, and no. Oh, that's definitely not a save.
Okay, so it's 2d10 plus 3. 17 damage, radiant.
Ooh,
Nice.
that is very nice. Okay, so basically what we have going on here is this creature is not looking too happy and not looking too good. And they're glaring down at you. And they look like they're ready to bolt, but obviously they can't because they're surrounded, and you still have your spiritual weapon action to take, or not action, but your spiritual weapon can take into attack as well.
I'd like to try and sweep the legs with the spiritual weapon at all, or even just have it pinned on top of them so they can't do anything.
Okay.
Although, if possible, I would like to not kill them, depending on how things go.
Okay. All right. So you want to try and get them alive.
23.
That's definitely going to hit. That's not a problem at all.
That was a 5 force damage.
Okay, so you said you're aiming for the feet here, so you're gonna get her wobbly, or get them wobbly. I forgot we're no longer sure we're in Tyus mode. So the second Tyus is now looking very unsteady on their feet. They are looking extremely weakened. You notice that the slash that was caused after the acid damage on the armor was caused is now bleeding more profusely. They are looking like they are about to topple over, if pushed over by a feather, practically. And that's gonna wrap us back up to our original Shimmer.
Now, Sweetie Pie, whatever, or whoever you may be, don't you think it's about time you yielded? I'm gonna try and persuade them to yield.
So you're gonna do persuasion on them?
Yeah.
All right, let's see how you do with that roll.
Let's see how the... Come on, the body bard in me. Come on.
Ooh. You see them waver for a second, and while they're wavering, you're also going to see that the form of Tyus is shifting as well, and you're kind of getting this quick little glance of almost this grayish humanoid form, but that's about it. And they're not quite falling into it, but they're also not completely fighting you anymore.
You can see we've got you beat 4-1. We don't want to hurt you, despite the shiner you've given me earlier. Why don't you just come clean and let us all know what you're doing here?
I was told to finish the job or don't come back at all.
Well, that seems awfully suicidal.
And they just get this sly grin on their face. Is that an option?
I'm gonna look to the rest of my party like, what? Well, it doesn't have to be an option.
And at this point, they're looking at each and every one of you, and they're panicked. They're hurt. They're cornered. They want to get out of there. Things did not go according to their plans. Clearly, if they're at the point where they're like, I don't want to be here. End of story. Nope.
Change back to what you really look like.
Are you gonna do anything else, Shimmer?
No, I've made my persuasion. I'm gonna try and talk them down. That's
Okay, so no bonus action to throw in there.
I couldn't think of one, to be honest. I mean, I could inspire someone, but I think we've got them beat. So
No problem. Blessed, what would you like to do? You can see that this creature is definitely. They're not looking great, but they're definitely not.
Tell them to change back to what you're supposed to be.
Okay, let's do that then as intimidation.
All right, let me see. I am a goblin.
Yeah, they're gonna look at you and kind of shake their head, and they're still in the Tyus form at this point. I don't think so. Not at all. Not happening. And is there anything else you want to try and do? Any bonus action options for you?
No.
No? Okay. All right, so now we're back to this creature, and it is their turn, and they are actually going to try and push their way down the stairs to get away, and they're going to go through Blessed to try and do this. So they are going to try and lash out and kick at you, Blessed, and that is going to be a 16.
16 will miss. I have a
16
19.
will miss. Okay. And they are going to basically, they're stymied. So at this point, you have Tyus. What would you like to do?
Tyus, seeing that other Tyus is trying to get away, are they still in front of him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I guess following the lead from the others, he's just gonna sort of reach out his hand and kind of cup the jaw of this other handsome dragonborn and be like, darling, if this is some kind of cry of help, we can stop fighting, we can try and help each other here.
Okay, let's do persuasion.
That's so good.
If you want to roll your own dice for this one and forget roll 20, I'm cool with that.
Let me quickly find a d20. This is...
I love the fact that that bag was right there.
Yeah, I keep it in hand. Okay, treat me well. Are you kidding me? Oh no, okay, that's a 9. Plus 4, 13. Do I get blessed for this, or is it just attacks?
Is it? Yeah, you know what? For flavor, yeah, go ahead and add it in.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So, Tyus, looking at your injured version self, you see this form kind of take a deep breath and let out a sigh. And as they do this, the form of you falls away, and standing in front of you is this bizarre looking humanoid. It's a little bit taller than the others, but not terribly so. And it's nondescript, essentially. It's gray flesh. It's got maybe some longer fingers on it and slightly longer limbs, but it's nothing that would scream, you know, it's out to get you anymore. And it almost has this defeatist attitude at this point as it looks to Poise. What about you? You gonna do anything about this?
Could I shift my spiritual weapon into like a set of manacles or something?
No, it doesn't quite work that way. It's a clever idea, but that's not what it do.
No, that's okay. I'll come up and just I'll go behind them just so they're not gonna run. Like they've stopped now, and with
Okay.
with OG Tyus, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to just come up behind them and be like, listen, I'm not really like my church doesn't really preach violence, and this already has gotten a lot messier than I wanted it to. So why don't we just sit down and have a chat?
Okay. How do the rest of you all feel about this? In terms of you've got this still standing here and it's not fighting anymore. And it's weakened enough where it doesn't seem to want to fight much further. And it's now listening to what you have to say.
Hey, sometimes you can complete a combat without having to lay your sword down into something.
I wouldn't know.
Blessed and Shim. Go ahead.
I wouldn't know the first thing about any of that. But I do know a thing or two about talking. Perhaps we could go and talk this all out.
What about you, Blessed?
If she doesn't surrender here pretty quick, I'm just going to put her to sleep. That's not a euphemism. That's a spell.
I know. Do you say that out loud?
Are we discussing this out loud? Were the others
Yes.
talking out loud? Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Blessed says it out loud.
Okay. I'm sorry. That was just
including the euphemism part. That's not a
Okay.
euphemism.
All right, so this creature is going to look at each of you and kind of take you each in and consider the situation and almost looks down at it. Well, looks down at itself. I don't suppose this would actually be a comforting thing to see. And they're going to just morph themselves into this gentleman, kind of nondescript, dirty blonde hair, nothing out of the ordinary. Sort of looks like he's dressed to be there, but not anyone who would stand out in a crowd. I'll talk. Where do you want to take me? I'll talk.
Shimmer, is there a quiet place we can go?
Shimmer, you would know, having been here, there is sort of a staff room that's on the same wall as where the fireplace is.
Yeah, there's a staff room we can take them to. Maybe we should grab Mickey as well, though.
Okay. So as you make your way down the stairs, who's going to be the one to signal for Mickey?
I can go.
Okay, go ahead, Tyus. So Tyus is going to go get Mickey, and the three of you will then lead this creature into the staff room. And as you enter the staff room, it's basically just a room that has sort of a coat rack section set up, and you can see that everyone's got their coats and their personal belongings sort of tucked into their individual zones. It's almost like a cubbyhole type of hung on the wall situation with pegs underneath it. And then there is a large rectangular table, and it's probably one of those tables that was used in the restaurant area at one point because it looks like it was nice once upon a time, but it's dinged up and beat up. Same thing with the chairs. It's the same type of chairs you would see in the eating area, but again, there's some ripped upholstery and things like that. But it's, you can tell it's well used by the staff, but at this moment, there's no one in there right now besides the four of you as you wait for Tyus to come back with Mickey. So what would you like to do with this gentleman now standing there, sort of looking like all hope is lost, quite frankly, and rather dejected?
So it's clear Bubba sent you. Why were you impersonating Edie saying hello to all the guests?
What's going to happen to me if I talk?
I suppose that depends on what you talk about.
Look, quite frankly, this Bubba, he managed to find me, and he took me into his dominion. Not exactly the nicest guy, not someone I really want to be known for working for, but he has me over in a barrel over a waterfall type of situation.
Uh-huh.
He said all I had to do was a little bit of recon work here, come back with names and descriptions and who's here, if I notice anything interesting about the individuals that might be of benefit to him.
Benefit.
He likes unique things and talented people and things like me. Unusual creatures, and makes us do stuff we don't want to do, but damned if he doesn't find a way to make us do it.
What's he got over you?
I'd rather not say. Because I don't know what you have planned for me at this moment.
I have some mighty colorful ideas.
He's gonna like take a seat, and he's sitting at the table, and he's like wrapping his thumbs on the table now, and he's just kind of shaking his head, and he's agitated, and you can tell he's nervous. He's not quite sure where things are gonna go.
Let's not get too hasty. I don't like the sound of this bubble person myself, honestly. I kind of want to help you out. Get whatever he's got lording over you out of the way, so you can go do what you want.
Let's put it this way. You can guarantee my safety. I'm happy to share whatever information I have with you.
I don't know if I can guarantee safety, but I can guarantee excitement. Maybe you can tell us a thing or two about Bubba's estate, who he's got there, and what sort of interest and information you might be able to give us.
I can guarantee safety. We got words for that.
Look, I get out of here in one piece, and I mean like out of this, wherever the hell we are right now, because this isn't home for me, I'll tell you that. If you can guarantee that for me, I'll talk. I'll happily talk. I was coerced into being here. I don't know what he has planned, quite frankly, outside of the fact he just said if I didn't get this information back to him, he was going to make sure that life was not going to be a happy thing for me.
Give me one moment to confer. I'll pull... Is it Poise and Blessed in here?
Poise and Blessed. And at this point, you are going to have Tyus. You managed to flag Mickey down. She said she'd be there in just a minute. And you have managed to come into the room at this point, too.
Bring them straight in as well. This guy's a nobody. He's just an informant. But that doesn't mean he's not valuable. He's here to gather information and take it back to Bubba. What if we were to use that to our advantage? Give him information to take them, in return get information on Bubba instead.
So Mickey's gonna... Okay, Mickey's gonna look at you, she goes, you mean to tell me you caught another one of his things and didn't manage to kill it, and we can actually get more useful information out of one?
That's what I'm saying.
I know how to get all kinds of information out of him.
And when he hears this, he's gonna like shake a little bit and like almost try and just curl up tighter into a ball. And just like they don't even want to make eye contact with you. They're kind of just like, Nyeh.
You want me to do it?
No, but I am gonna just give me a quick minute. And she's opening the door and she's like, I'm gonna let Bianca know we have a development, because get him talking. See if you can get him talking, because this is, not gonna lie, I'm impressed. And so she closes the door, and it's now the four of you and this gentleman sitting in the room by yourselves.
Do you guys want me to get him to talk?
What exactly does that entail, Blessed?
I'll show you. Blessed walks over to him menacingly and stands right up there. Well, probably just below eye level to him.
Okay.
Takes out a baguette, dusts it off, and says, I'll give you bread if you spill everything you know.
Oh, sugar.
You know, for a second there, I was actually nervous.
And you can see he's kind of shaking as he takes the bread. He goes, well, I am hungry. And he'll break off a piece. And then he's looking nervously at the other three of you like, what are these people about?
Can I try and walk up to him? Is there like a place I can sit next to him?
Oh yeah, it's a rectangular table with chairs all around it, so you could grab a chair next to him, no problem.
Cool. I'll sit like right next to him and just sort of face him, like kind of close, like, and I'm just gonna be like, listen, darling, we got off on the wrong foot. You were panicked. I get that. You were just trying to save yourself. I mean, being in the situation that you were in, I understand that. So no hard feelings. I don't want to hurt you. We don't want to hurt you. Just help us help you, and have bread while you're at it.
He's gnawing on his piece of bread, and he's looking back and forth. He's starting to nod his head, so body language wise, he's not as closed off
I don't think there's
and on guard.
I don't think there's any need for hurting at all. Now, you've been in this place. You like this place, don't you? All the nice drinks and nice food you can get here.
Well, It's definitely a hell of a lot nicer than
And
Bubba's.
Bubba pretty much ordered you to come here, right? So if you work with us, we'll let you come here. You're not exactly disobeying Bubba. You'll just, you know, be working for us instead of for Bubba.
Yeah. Do you think she'd even let me?
Oh, Bianca? Oh, she's most amenable once you come round.
And as you're saying her name, in the corner of the room, you see a silvery black mist start to gather. And then there's Bianca standing there, looking a little concerned and slightly frantic. Mickey just sent an alarm or a call out to me. Is everything all right in here?
We caught another one of Bubba's.
You caught another one?
Mm-hmm.
And I gave him bread.
You. She's just gonna look down at Blessed and just give a smile. You gave him bread.
They
It's good.
They seem to be enjoying the bread.
And she's gonna take things in, and she's gonna notice this person sitting at the table. And who might this one be? If you don't mind explaining what happened.
This one might be Mr. Hi, I'm your new double agent. An informant.
Is that
An informant.
is that so?
Yes, indeed, an informant for Bubba, who I think would be quite willing to tell Bubba whatever we tell him to tell Bubba and bring us back information, seeing as we have all this lovely bounty to offer him. And Bubba's place isn't so nice, isn't that right, friend?
Let's just say this is the first meal I've had in maybe about 5 days.
So we treat you right, you treat us right. No problems, right?
Blessed
Good.
gives him the rest of the bread.
Oh, blessed.
Oh, blessed.
Oh,
Okay, blessed. I think. Oh dear. Yeah, because blessed being blessed, who he is, he's gonna take the extra bread and he's gonna start getting what looks like a little bit of hope in his eyes as he's looking to all of you. Well, I mean, if you're willing to help me, like, not be killed by Bubba, I'd happily give you all the information I can. It's just I don't want to go back there. That's not a place to be. That's not.
How do you report to Bubba right now?
He makes me. I have to go to this. There's a place out in the swamp. You go out to this area in the swamp. You have to like stand and say something, and then you're in a different spot, and someone picks you up and takes you where you need to go.
And how often do you report back?
This is my first time here.
So when are you due to report back?
2 days.
Sure, we can find someone to go.
Well, I think you should go. Someone else goes, Bubba will get all suspicious. Maybe one might want to even try and hurt you. But if you can go along, and I can teach you a few things about acting like someone different. I'm sure a few of us can, actually.
Look, he had me there for a good couple months. I can tell you everything I know about that place and the layout and everything like that, but I don't want to go back there. I don't want to go back to him.
I mean, your whole thing is changing forms, right? I'm sure it wouldn't be too hard to give someone all the information they need to go and check it out themselves.
I'd happily, I'd do that. I would do that. I'd give you everything I know about, but I don't want to go back there.
What form do you usually meet Bubba in, and can he take you out of that form into your natural form?
Well, you're looking at it right now. This is sort of my go-to look.
Shame.
And he could. He could if he wanted to. Although he knows if he weakens me, I'm not exactly as convincing.
Madam Beltane, if it would be possible, I think our new friend here maybe needs a little bit of convincing that this place would be a safe place for them. Would it be possible that they have a place to stay or come to here if they were to cooperate and give us the information that we need?
My dear Tyus, you think like I do. I've said it many times before, this is a sanctuary for those of special abilities. So you, dear sir or madam, or whatever it is you prefer, I am fine with your staying here. I will not make you go back. If the rumors that I've been hearing are half of what you're hinting toward, I don't blame you for not wanting to go back. I do want to know where this portal is, though. If you can give us the information about the portal and anything else you have, that in and of itself will be a huge help in what we're trying to do. In terms of his going back and Baba getting more information, you did say if you didn't get anything out of it, then not to come back at all. Isn't that correct? And he's going to look up at her and then the rest of you. Well, yeah, he said, make sure I come with, good stuff or I don't expect to see the next day. Basically, get information or die trying was his command.
Goodness.
So Bianca will just look at... Go ahead. No, go.
This person's pretty like bloodied up, yeah. Like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like, would anyone here object if I were to patch up some of these wounds? They must be mighty uncomfortable.
Go right ahead.
You're not gonna. And she'll like crouch down and then put a hand onto the shoulder, and I'll cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Okay.
I think it'd be a missed opportunity not to give Bubba some kind of information, We could have him jumping about all sorts of things. Some great big assassination attempt, some kind of legal thing. We could make up any old thing and just keep Bubba on his toes for a few weeks.
Yeah. 9 hit points, by the way.
9 hit points. They're looking a little bit better. Probably a good night's rest would do them some good. But you can see that they're definitely more willing to work through things. Well, I mean, he did say I could... if it was looking good, like if there was like some really interesting stuff happening, I could leave. And he pulls this journal out of his back pocket and it looks a lot like the one that Bert had when he was first grabbed Shimmer. He goes, he said I could leave this in the center of the circle and, one of his guys would get it. And he would just assume that I had more information to collect.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's convenient.
Oh, yes, I like that.
As do I. Shimmer, why don't you take our newfound informant up to one of the rooms? I'm sure Evie has one stashed away somewhere for safekeeping, even if it's up in the staff quarters. Let's get him some rest and recuperation, and we'll address this more tomorrow.
Does this darling informant have a name they prefer going by?
He's going to look up to you wide-eyed. No one's ever asked me for a name.
Well, if you had one, what would it be?
I'm feeling kind of... is Lucky a name? Can Lucky work?
Lucky's just how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
We didn't kill you.
Yeah.
Lucky you found us.
You're lucky
like
the bread's good.
Yeah. I'm lucky.
Tyus just sort of gently claps Lucky's back. Kind of like a, yeah, there we go kind of way.
All right, so he's going to stand up and he's going to look a little less dejected and a little bit more comfortable around you all. And Shimmer, he'll look to you, and Bianca kind of nods to you, Shimmer, to kind of get him settled. And you escort him out of the room, and as the door closes, Bianca's going to turn to the three of you, and she just has this look of admiration on her face. More often than not, when someone's brought in here and told to protect the place in the past, it's been a rare occasion when one is left sitting alive. I give you very much credit for not killing that poor creature. I am impressed, and I am touched by your compassion.
Well, thank you.
The lady told me to be nice.
Well, I like your lady. As far as I'm concerned, because the three of you provided far more than I ever anticipated, you will all leave here with 400 gold pieces in your pockets tomorrow morning. And an open invitation to come and help out whenever you'd like. But in return, may I call upon you should I ever need assistance again?
Anytime, ma'am.
I mean, you know where to find us.
Fantastic.
I like the bread.
You will have an extra sack of bread before you leave tomorrow. I will make sure that Cal knows it.
And pie.
And pie.
And that
Right,
ale stuff,
nothing
that was
to
good
flavors.
too.
When did you have pie?
It was air pie. It flew from the heavens.
You could say it was an express delivery, courtesy of someone's mama.
And she's just going to start laughing. Camilla. So not only did you catch this lovely shapeshifter, you had an encounter with Camilla?
Oh, we did.
As far as I'm concerned, my dears, you are off the clocks at this point. Please go enjoy yourself. Have a good meal. Have some good drinks. Cut a rug on the dance floor and tell Eduardo what he damn well better play for you as far as I'm concerned. This is a job well done. Thank you so much. And welcome to BB's Place. And that's it for today, everyone. Thank you so much. You guys did a great job.
Oh my god, blessed!
Oh,
So cute!
Blessed! Oh my god.
Oh, I
my
feel
God.
blessed by that character.
Blessed is awesome. Oh my gosh. It's like I want a little like character of Blessed now because he's just so darn endearing. Oh.
Yes, yes, little goblin.
I gotta tell you, I did not expect you guys to let this one live at all. That was pretty darn cool that you spun in that direction.
I'm happy we did. I'm happy we did.
I like Lucky. Lucky's really cute.
Yeah.
That's like once again, this is fabulous. I love the fact that we have Lucky in the mix now, along with a couple other things. So this was really cool. That was honestly my favorite part. The fact that you brought Lucky around.
Bless.
I like-
An identity.
I like to think that Tyus would eventually like try and visit to make sure Lucky's okay, because he does have a heart. He
Yeah.
may be a noble posh bastard, but he has a heart.
Yeah, I think Lucky's kind of worked himself into the canon of the story now. This is so cool, as have your characters, because they're just wonderful. This was fantastic. That was definitely my favorite part. So we can go back around starting from the other side of things. And if you want to say what your favorite part was, and then let us know where you are, where we can find you, what it is you do, and share with our community, that would be fantastic. So who was last to go? That was...
Avery.
Avery, thank you. It's like I don't have the window open, so don't see it.
But, hello, my name is Avery. I go by MapBat Online. I am an artist and sometimes cosplayer. I am also on this dear channel. Is it 1 p.m. EST on Tuesdays? Is it the Dragon Age? Is that the time slot? Okay, cool. I don't know how the time zones work. I'll never figure it out. Favorite parts? Oh my god, I just love the dynamic this party had. I like how we have like the three like flirty kind of divas, and then we have Blessed, who is just a treasure. I'm living for the tiefling divas as well. But I love just all the interactions. I love Lucky. I loved all the NPCs. So all the NPCs are very engaging, and I loved it a lot. This was very fun.
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you. Next around we have Blind Temple. Temple, oh hi.
Hi. I'm at Blind Temple on Twitter. I help other blind gamers find D&D games to play. And my favorite part was just the difference between how Blessed was and the other fancy high-tone people that were part of the party, and just the difference between the two and how well they work together. Though it was a lot of fun. You guys got to be the stand-up people for the straight line people for me, and I appreciate that. I got to do all the punchlines.
Yeah, it was fantastic. What a character. I think we all feel, well, not to make the same pun again, but yeah. So lastly around we have Nairi or Malakatra. Oh hi.
Oh, hi. Yeah, I'm Nairi at Malkatra. Wow. Okay, first off, before the favorite part, yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Malkatra, or on Fridays and Mondays you can find me over at Natural Ruckus, where we stream our own D&D games and stuff. Or, on Wednesdays, 1 p.m. EST, here I play in the Ravnica game show thing run by Kyle, aka Sir Stalwart, I think.
Yes, indeed.
So yeah, there's that also. And my favorite part, wow. I think it was the idea of a very flirtatious and proud Dragonborn failing at being flirtatious and proud over and over again until the very last part. Until the very last part. That was cinematic. And Blessed will forever have a place in my heart. That is a wonderful character. I am so happy. And I'm glad that we actually turned Lucky around, and Lucky has a name. Oh, I love them so much. Oh, so many good parts of this game. So many, and I'm so glad I got to be here today.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. Thank you so much. And with Guildmates of Ravnica, we're currently, head over to the Discord. We're currently trying to decide which guild we should be next season. Next month. As we are changing guilds again. So far we've done the Boros Legion and the Simic Combine, and now we need to figure out what we're going to do next season. But lastly around, why don't we come back to you, V? Another wonderful session. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. Oh my gosh. This was really cool. I love the way everyone sort of played out their PCs, and the decisions you guys were making were just... I wouldn't have even anticipated any of it in terms of letting Lucky... the fact that I now get to work Lucky into this is amazing. I am loving that I have Lucky to put into the canon now, because that was completely unexpected, but it was making sense with how you were playing it out. So really, that was just a lovely and wonderful surprise today, and you all did a great job portraying who you were, how you thought. It was just so much fun interacting with each and every one of you. So I am V. I am the Crafting Muse. I have the YouTube channel where I show you how to make miniaturine, paint miniatures, and some game accessories as well. You can find me here at this time of day on Thursdays, 1 p.m., doing either this or Stories to be Told with Katie as our DM. And you can also find me Monday and Thursday evenings at 8:30 p.m. each one over on Mini Train Domain. Monday is a Dragon Heist campaign, and tonight is a fun little side quest we're doing from our usual The Dawnbringers, where I play a lovely bard. But you can also find me very active over on Twitter as well as on Facebook, and I have an Instagram account as well, and I'm just kind of sprinkled everywhere. But this was tons of fun as always, so I always look forward to when I get a chance to get to meet and play with new people, because it's just a wonderful experience each and every time.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I love this sandbox you've built as well. It's such a fun place to well, chill, I guess, and you know, have some fun. Well, that just leaves me. Hi everyone. My favorite part. It's got to be when me and Avery were accosting Eduardo. That's not the right word. Enticing.
Making his dreams come true.
Yeah, enticing, I suppose, yeah. I'm gonna get the bot to put a whole bunch of links in the chat for us now. Please go and follow those links. There's social links there. There's links to do with ways you can support us, sponsor information, and information about where you can get discounts on some of the many websites that we have discount codes on. Thank you very much to Mage Hand Press and Bird in the Storm Publishing, who are our sponsors and make it all possible. We are going to head over and visit one of those websites. We're going to go and head over to Arasavad behind arasavad.com. I believe it's like Scrat Academy. You can get a 10% discount code over there, and what she streams is her making her products. So let's head over that way and go and say hi. We need a raid cry. What was it earlier? It was something to do with like eating off the chest or something. Why don't you eat off my chest?
Why don't you eat off my chest?
Yeah.
He could if he could reach it. He would.
That was a fantastic line.
All you need to do is ask very nicely.
There were some good one-liners in this. Like
there really were.
And I'm sure Eris will love this. You know, that's
oh yeah,
right up her alley. Right up her alley.
Wow. I love the accidental merging of the flirt that happened today.
It was awesome. It was so great.
We're all flirting with each other.
Yeah, that's just it.
Could you imagine this party in like a long-term campaign and how much it would just...
Oh my god.
We would not last.
No, I think we'd be laughing more than fighting, quite frankly.
Oh my gosh, we would get nothing done.
The raid is cooling down, everyone. So,
All right.
thank you very much. We'll be back in 2 hours for Realm of the Ancients with Alice, Charlie, Amber, Shakespeare, no, not Amberly. Amberly's not in that one. Who's in the other one? There's Meg and Meg.
There you
go. See you soon. Until next time, keep on evoking emotions, and we will catch you later on. Bye.
Bye bye.